cold one, sit back and enjoy the show. This is Corner Pub Sports.
This is Lauren Hart from the Philadelphia Flyers, and you're listening to Corner Pub Sports.
Corner Pub Sports.
Do it live! Alrighty then.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Corner Pub Sports coming at you live on a Friday night. We're live on Facebook, YouTube. Of course, if you're downloading the show, we thank you. You're on iTunes and Stitcher and Spotify and Satchel. We thank you so much. We do have
good timing. The point that they're saying it.
It's
Like,
perfect.
I don't think it's ever been that.
It's been like 7 years of training.
It's
Like,
these crystal clear headphones.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Are they having your sideline?
We thank everyone for joining us tonight. We have a special guest tonight, Jason Myrtetus from the Stick to Hockey podcast will be joining the show tonight. We're very excited to have him on. Jay Parr chiming in, full crew tonight on Friday night. Doesn't get any better. Yep, Ryan is also in the house. He just had to take a quick phone call. So Jason will be joining us in about 15 minutes. We're going to go right at it. We're not messing around here. You know what? Real quick, though, because we have to ask, right? Because we ask every week. It's the most important question we probably ask for the show. What are we drinking? What are we drinking?
I got the Young's double chocolate stout that I still have. It's almost been like a year. It's gonna be a sad day when I take the last one. I'm gonna be like, it's the end of an era.
Yeah, you're probably right. It probably will be.
I'm drinking the good old reliable Blue Moon. Having anybody come on you?
Yeah, Blue Moon.
Blue Moon.
And I got a little ginger and Jameson going on with some bullet ice cubes in there. Yeah, for anyone who's watching live, there you go. There's the bullets. Good stuff right there. It's so weird. It's like I don't know. Something's going on with Facebook. Anyway, all right.
Yeah, they were picked up at 52nd Mini-Hawk.
This is like double buckshots. Those things, man, they're huge. All right, so let's get at it. We're going right into it. The 76ers season began on Wednesday.
They're down 7 to the rebuilding Raptors.
Yeah, right now.
Now,
So
mind you, they don't have their top 2 players.
Obviously, the biggest issue with the Sixers and right now, because look, the NBA season is 82 games long. It doesn't matter if they lose game 1 or game 2 or game 3. It doesn't matter. But there is a major concern going on with the team right now, and that's probably the leading story on the show tonight. The fact that Joel Embiid, we all knew Paul George wasn't playing. Like they already said, he's out for a week.
And Paul George legitimately
got hurt,
got banged up.
Yeah.
It happens. It's knee contusion. We avoided like a serious injury. Totally precautionary. I get all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Fine with it.
Right. But Joel Embiid misses the game. He's missing tonight's game as well against Toronto.
And he's not playing Sunday.
And he's not playing Sunday. They said about a week he's going to be missing. And so.
But they didn't. But it's not an injury. It's not an injury.
Well, they said he's recovering.
Recovering from what?
From being banged up. I don't know.
I don't
know.
They're calling it a knee.
They can't. They have to call
a knee rest.
They have to call it something because the NBA doesn't allow for teams to sit their stars on national broadcast for no reason. So they have to call it something. So obviously he's catching a lot of grief, namely from Charles Barkley and Shaq.
And Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett just said something.
But he should. He should catch it.
So let's just go around.
Should he? Like, all he's doing is following the Sixers' plan. The Sixers didn't want him to play in the playoffs last year. The Sixers didn't want him to play in the Olympics, and he did.
Mm-hmm.
So they gave him the contract. You're going to do what we tell you to do. So all he's doing is following the Sixers' plan.
Yeah, but what plan has you sit to start
Mike,
the season?
I can't explain that. Like, I can't explain that.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is I'm
not blaming Embiid.
I don't think that the backlash should come on Embiid. It's the Sixers organization.
I don't even know if it's a Sixers organization as much as I think he's cooked.
I don't think he's cooked. I can't believe you think he's cooked.
Who misses the beginning of a season with something
Wow, Mike.
mysterious like that.
I did not expect that from you, brother. Honestly, I did not expect.
Yeah,
to
I
hear
don't
that
think
from
he's
you.
cooked. But the Sixers always do shit that you're like, what are you doing?
Chris Casey checking in and saying it's the Bell's palsy thing. Who knows what
Could
it is?
be.
So
I
I'm just gonna say this. This is my take on it.
But then why don't they call it Bell's palsy? Why are they being shady about it?
It's the Sixers.
Here's my take on it.
Like,
The NBA product as a whole sucks
it's terrible.
because this shouldn't be happening at all with these players, and B coming out and saying, we talked about it last week, coming out and saying he's not going to play back-to-backs, right? Like to me, that's complete nonsense. You should never have to make a statement like that. And because he made that statement is why he's getting killed by Shaq
But even
and
if
Charles
that's going
Barkley.
to happen, he shouldn't have said it.
Shouldn't have said it.
Shouldn't have said it.
That's him trolling the Sixers. He's a troll.
That could be.
But it's true though.
Right.
It's true as Dave would say, because he's not going to play back to back.
He's probably not
and
gonna
we
play
know how it's going to
back-to-backs,
be.
And I could see him being pissed off about it and basically going to the media to say that he's not doing it to piss off. the
It's
Sixers.
true.
Yeah,
That's
very
what he
well,
does.
very well could
That's what he
be.
does.
It's
You know-
a subtle shot. Nobody knows. Nobody realizes
Right.
it.
But the Sixers do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what he wants.
So I know you were on the fence, like you were on the side when we were talking before the show. We were talking to Gary, and you basically said, I'd rather him play only 30 games.
Right. I don't care if he plays 30 games. I want the 1 year. Law of averages, you got to get a year, right? I want the 1 year where he's 100% going into the playoffs and then see what can happen.
Right.
That's what I want.
Right.
I don't care if they're the 5 seed. I don't care if they're the 6 seed. I don't care.
Well, they were the 60 last year.
So
Right.
So
Yeah.
my
I mean, I agree. I don't care if they get in. I don't even care if they have to get through the playing game like they did.
As long as he's 100%.
But my problem is, like,
you can't.
in the 30 games, there's no way in hell that you're thinking that game one he's missing.
Right. I agreed, Mike.
Like,
Agreed.
no one misses the start of the season
Agreed.
unless they're hurt.
Right.
Here's I'm going to combat both of you on this. I disagree because you can't just plug and play players and expect results.
It's not at his caliber.
No, and especially Embiid, who needs 3 weeks to warm up to get in game shape.
Yeah.
It's just it's just the way it is.
So maybe he plays the last 15 games.
The team needs to gel. Basketball is a team sport, team-oriented sport, even though it's become more, individual based over the last 20 years.
We
but
watched the Miami Heat's big three take half the year to gel, and then they still ended up losing that first.
But they were in the finals. If the Sixers go to the finals this year, wouldn't you be happy with that?
Yeah.
I mean, look, we even with the healthy Sixers team, I don't think they beat the Celtics, and we've had that discussion.
I don't think they beat the
the
Knicks.
Knicks either.
Right,
I don't think they're good
So
enough.
Mike,
for either
it's
one of those
probably a
teams.
moot point, but
Yeah,
you know,
I don't think either one of those teams are. I don't think the Sixers are good enough to beat any one of those teams. Is what I was going to say. So the thing is with me is like this team. This is a new team. Like think about the roster, right? They had a complete changeover with the roster. So you throw Embiid in the mix for 30 games. You think these guys are just going to get it?
and through
They're a
and through
different
and
offense.
through the history, it takes a minute to learn how to play with Embiid for most players.
Chris Casey said basketball has become way too individualistic, and I agree. It's absolutely
It's funny. It's
you
become
say that.
individualistic, but you need 3 stars to win.
But the other thing is you watch like
yeah,
you call it individualistic.
but you need 3. I'm sorry, you need 3 stars.
Yeah.
You don't need 3 really good players.
Right.
You need 3 stars to win.
Right.
Look at Boston. Like
Yep.
they're
Yeah,
Yeah,
good,
but that's
not great.
But that's my point. Boston, Tatum's a star.
Mhm.
I mean, Brown's
Jaylen Brown's a star.
and Holiday, yes, is a star. But that's a team
Because they grew together.
because they
Right.
grew.
Right.
So you're saying it's not individualistic, but they did grow together. Now, Drew was a missing piece that they added, which ironically was the same fucking missing piece that the Bucks added to win a championship.
Yeah.
And they decided
Mhm.
we don't need you anymore. We're going to take Lillard instead.
Yeah.
Idiots.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it is a team sport where you need a glue guy like a Drew
Holiday, yeah.
to win.
I mean, you're hoping that Paul George is that glue guy here, right? Like he very well could be. And when Paul George is back and Embiid's back, like I'm sorry, I'm on the front where I'm going. I need to see these guys for 50 games. Like I want to see them 40 to 50 games play as a unit.
Not going to happen, Sean.
Well, then you're not winning anything.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, you're not winning anything. Like these guys can't play 30 games and expect to win the championship. It's not going to happen.
That was my point earlier.
It's not going to happen. Like so, then might as well kiss this goodbye because this is what we're building to. This is what the NBA has built, and this is what you get. I'm sorry, go ahead, Mike.
No, I mean, it could be an NBA problem, but I think again, if Embiid was not healthy during the playoffs, didn't look great during the Olympics, had me concerned. Then he doesn't play in the preseason. I don't give a shit.
Right.
But he doesn't play a game in the preseason, but yet still manages
recovering.
to find a way to need a rest recovery for his knee.
He's got to manage his load.
From manager, no, but Garrett, I mean, I know you're being facetious, but he's managing his load. There was no load to manage. They didn't start playing yet. What is he like? You have to if you're load management, you have to
Must be
play a bunch
weird
of
not
games.
having anybody come on you.
And then all right, I need a day to recover. There's nothing he's recovering from.
He already hasn't done anything.
So what is there to rest from?
Right.
If there's nothing to rest from now, how the fuck is he going to be okay for the season? That's why I'm kind of out on him.
Dave
The
Langle.
second that I heard he wasn't playing, I'm like,
Here we go again. Here we go again. Yeah.
No, it's never been there we go again. I've always had faith. This is the first year that I'm like, this is over before it started.
Yeah. And Mike, like we talked about it on a text thread. That's the way I felt for the past 3-4 years.
It's the way it's been for the past
It's
year
different now.
after year after year.
It's different now.
Jay said you're 100% correct, Mike.
I don't think he's cooked though.
I think we may have seen the best.
I do think we've seen the best of Embiid.
Yeah, I think we've seen the best.
But
but
he's not going to win another scoring title. He's not going to be in the MVP talk anymore.
You added Paul George, okay, great, but that don't change nothing.
I mean, but the team,
does change.
the other pieces they added to this team. Callie, I haven't seen Callie in a while. What's up, brother?
What's going on?
But the thing is that the pieces they added to this team are better. You brought back Lowry, which we didn't think they were going to do. That's a good veteran off the bench. Oubre has been awesome. Andre Drummond the backup and which is a great pickup.
Caleb Martin.
They have a really good bench. They have a really good bench. But if your stars aren't playing, let's just emphasize. It's only week 1 and it's fine. It's an 82-game season and you're playing for a long game. So I just want to say, and Ryan, you're not wrong when you say that maybe they want to set him back to make sure he's healthy for the playoffs. You're 100% right on that, because why push a guy so hard, just to get that MVP award, just to get that scoring title, because in the end it doesn't really matter, right? The end game is the championship. That's what we want, the championship. So I get that part, but my argument against that is that you can't just throw a guy in after playing 30 games during the season and expect him to be in tip-top shape and expect the offense and the defense, mind you, too, to just be able to play in a way where you can play championship caliber basketball when you haven't
setting
gelled.
him up for failure.
You have to gel. You have to gel.
But the other thing is
I meant to play the song earlier. I'm sorry.
Again, Paul George got injured. We heard Paul George got injured.
They're actually
hyperextended it.
Lucky it wasn't worse.
It wasn't worse. You know exactly what's going on with Paul George. You could see it through. You could understand what's going on. There's been nothing said about Embiid.
No,
it's just he's out. He's not playing.
See what we could do.
Resting is
from what?
Right, the guy's it's been 10 months that he's had to recover. What's he resting from? He played in the Olympics. And he wasn't resting then. It's 4 months since then when he was okay to play in there. Why is he resting there?
Right.
But it just doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. It's
Unless his
Everybody's working for the
unless
weekend.
he's cooked. Unless it's fucked.
I don't think he's
I
caught.
just don't like why. How?
I don't think. I'm not going to say he's cooked.
But
I
what?
think we've seen the best of him.
What other logical reason is he missing right now? Why is he not playing if he's not cooked?
Probably ate too many Wendy's cheeseburgers. Yeah.
A piece of my heart.
Too many Bloody Marys, right?
Yeah, too many Bloody Marys.
No, I wasn't Bloody Marys. It was Shirley Temple.
Or
Or
Shirley
Shirley
Temples.
Temples,
Shirley
yeah.
Temples. Yeah, you're right. All right. Enough.
Mike, you're not wrong for feeling the way you feel. I just,
You know me, man. I'm usually the
Christ, I'm trying to be optimistic here. And when I'm the optimistic one about the fucking Sixers,
That's
we're
a problem.
we're in trouble.
We're in trouble. Yeah.
Moving
Well-
on.
Moving on is a perfect segue because guess what? We got our guest on the. Here we go. Been a while. We are so happy to bring him back. The man, Jason Myrtetus. What's up, brother?
Oh, Jason.
What's up, fuckers?
What's going on, brother? How you been, man?
Doing good. Yeah,
Uh,
chilling.
Except for the fact that you gotta, support the shit team right now. I know.
Well, we're rolling.
We got to get into it.
We'll
I know.
definitely get into it.
Win, lose, or draw, brother. Win, lose, or draw.
Jesus Christ, did you just get back from Vegas or something?
Minutes about how shitty the Sixers are.
Fuck the
And then
Sixers.
we lose or draw with
The
Bucks.
Sixers
Fuck
suck ass.
Sorry,
the
Jason.
Sixers.
You walked into
Man.
a hornet's nest on that.
You know what?
Time you
before-
start the show like 8:30 this morning? He sounds like shit.
right? So Jason, you know what? Before we get into the Flyers, because obviously, we in case you don't know, you've been living on a rock. Jason does the pre and post game shows. Also does Stick to Hockey podcast. Covers the Flyers. He's the man when it comes to Flyers hockey. The guy knows hockey inside and out. I mean, we're so glad to have him on the show tonight. But Jason also used to be a sports talk radio host and he used to cover everything. And I think I kind of know how he feels about the Sixers and the process and whole thing. But what are your initial and you can just give a you don't have we don't have to get into it. No, because I want to hear his thoughts. The whole thing about Embiid and that whole situation right now.
The not playing back-to-backs and everything?
Well,
Yeah,
not
sure.
starting
Yeah,
the season
absolutely.
with-
No,
with
I'm. You
something
know what?
mysterious.
I'm more concerned about the back-to-back thing.
All right,
Honestly, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's kind of weird that a guy would come out and just say it, right? Like, that's kind of the thing. Like, we understand that some guys need to be, what's the word for it? Load managed so that they're at their best at the playoffs. And that is the most important time. But to come right out and say it that I'm probably not going to play back-to-backs the rest of my career. Well, dude, like, okay, how many back-to-backs are there? Can we prorate the deal? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, what are we doing? And I'm not one of those, like, I'm an older dude. I'm 52, but I'm not one of those guys be like, Nolan Ryan threw so many innings, and these guys can't do it anymore. They're babying them. I think sports are harder now, and the body goes through way more than it did before. Yeah, they train better, and there's sports science and all that, but bodies will break down with less games because of how fast and strong the games are all played now. So I'm not one of those guys that's going to like say that it's ridiculous because I don't think that it is. But to come out and say it, I thought was a little odd.
Yeah.
And then, the NBA is, to me, the problem with it is that you just can't succeed unless you have three just massive superstars. You can't win it. The fact that Embiid's been here for as long as he's old now. Like, that dude's old now. He not like in the prime. Like he's probably at his size on the back nine, and the fact that he hasn't gotten out of the second round, and the guy's an incredible talent. He's come up small, at times, but the fact that like in today's NBA, because these guys all have the power and they can opt out of deals and they collude and go and play with each other, it kind of makes the league suck because
Such a bad product.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's not for me. I don't want to tell people what to watch. It doesn't move. It doesn't move my Peter. It doesn't put blood in the vein. You know what I mean? It just doesn't. Like the NBA Finals could be great, but it's kind of predictable who's going to be there for the most part.
Right. All right. So yeah, I mean, I had a feeling you kind of go that way. I'm in the
Well, you know
same
how I feel
boat.
about the process, Sean. Like that was like
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
yeah, like I
And
get 1 year tanking, but Jesus Christ, like 4 years.
it was
I
ridiculous.
mean, come
and then
on.
how many players did you get out of it?
Yeah, I mean, you draft Jaleel Okafor, turns out to be a slob. You draft MCW in the very beginning, and you got who else was it? Nerlens Noel. You got Ben Simmons with a number 1 overall. You got Marcel. Fultz. I mean,
Go
Jesus.
to Marcel.
Fucking fault. It doesn't matter what his fucking. It's Marcel
Fultz.
Fox.
Yeah, weak and soft.
Putts.
Yeah. Oh my god. All right. So let's get at it, Jason. I don't want to keep going. It's your Friday night, brother. We appreciate you coming on as always, man. Yeah. I mean, Flyers are off to a rough start. There's no sugarcoating it. You know, there's some major issues early on here. There's some good things going on right now too. I mean, there's definitely some things to look forward to as well. I mean,
A lot of kids. There's a lot of kids.
absolutely.
On this team.
They're the third youngest team in the NHL right now. You know, so you expected some growing pains. And I already heard some discussion about the schedule, and Tortorella was great because he's like, we don't deserve to have the benefit of the NHL scheduling things for us. You know, we don't deserve that respect right now. And yeah, it's tough, and we got to get through it. How much of that onus do you put on the scheduling of the whole thing, or do you think they're just the team that just trying to find their way?
Well, first of all, the schedule thing, like Torts told me that on Wednesday when I sat down with him for, I think it was Monday, for Hockey and Hounds. And he said, you know, we haven't earned any respect in the league, so they're not going to give you a preferable schedule. Like you saw Edmonton, right? They get to the Cup final. They got marquee players like McDavid and Draisaitl on that team, and they started out with 4 home games, right? To ease your way in. Now, Edmonton's got hideous travel. I mean, like, they travel 1,000 times worse than the Flyers because of where their geography is. But, yeah, I mean, the Flyers have a ton of back-to-backs. A lot of the East Coast teams, Northeast Corridor teams in particular, do, but their travels, they sleep in their own bed way more than anybody else because it's a train ride to D.C., a bus ride to New Jersey, it's train ride to Madison Square Garden. They'll bus it at times to the Islanders. Depends on where they're coming from, but, 90-minute flight to Pittsburgh. It's easy travel because of that. I don't put a lot of it on the schedule. To be honest with you, I think they preferred starting out there. One, it gets you away and gets the group to come together. And 2, you don't have to make that trip later in the year when you had games in front of it and you have games behind it. So I think it mitigates the damage of the trip, and you can go out earlier because you don't have any games in front of it to
That's
start.
the way
games.
I see it too. When I first
Yeah, I mean, they've done it a few times. They started out in L.A. a few years ago. Probably about 3 times out of the last 9 years they've done it, and they'll be happy that they did that when they don't have to go again in February. Like going to Edmonton in February is like going to the Arctic Circle. So then they'll be happy. They only have one more 10 o'clock game all year. It's January 2nd against Vegas.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, they dodged the 10:39 puck drop at the Shark Tank because they're playing New Year's Eve, and it's 8 o'clock Eastern. So they dodge it that way. I mean, the thing that I don't put any of it on the schedule per se. I don't like that they came back from the trip. They played Thursday, and then they played their home opener Saturday. They only had 1 day in between. That, whatever. Get over it. The fact of the matter is that they haven't played well. They haven't earned, better fate in these games. I mean, you look at they're 1-5-1. They won opening night in a shootout. Yeah, it was a good win, and yeah, you went to overtime and lost against a very desperate Edmonton team.
Yeah.
But the thing that's really kind of befuddling to me is they look like a team that had 2 major things happen this offseason. A ton of turnover in roster and a new system or a new coaching staff that's trying to implement a new system, because it doesn't look like they've played together before, and it looks like I can see them thinking on the ice. And when you think, you're slower and they don't play fast. To me, that's what it looks like. And I'm going, well, neither of those things happen. Yeah, Mishkov's here, but there's not a lot of turnover, and they played the same exact system the last 2 years.
Yeah, but Jason, my thought on this, and yeah, so they've lost 6 straight after the first game, first win. This almost seems like a continuation from the downfall last year, the falling apart last year. That's just kind of like overflowing. Is there anything to that psychology of like, man, they didn't they finish terrible and like that's in their head?
You know, I tend to think things like that don't travel year to year. But you can't deny the fact that they stumbled huge in their last 15 games. It cost them a playoff spot. And then they've opened up this season the way they have. So did it bleed into this? I don't know. I don't know if we'll actually know. I tend to think that momentum doesn't, and lack of momentum doesn't carry over year to year. In sports, I think it's one of those things. Well, they finished the year great, so they'll be off to a great start next year. Bullshit. It's 6 months ago. They've all been golfing and working out and all that stuff also. I don't think it really plays a factor, but I just don't know where they are or what they are right now this year. I really don't. I kind of came in like, okay, they should take another like logical step forward. Is that a playoff team? I think they should battle for a playoff spot. That's where I was. 87 points last year. You know, maybe get around that 90, 91, and maybe you're in it. And game here or there determines whether you get in or not. And then 12 players under 25, third youngest team, like you mentioned. But, you know, it's early. And I think sometimes we got to wrap our head around things that it's an 82-game season. Like, we've gotten into this mode. I realized this when I was doing sports talk, that all sports, because football at the time was one of 16 games and you can freak out, we started treating every sport like it was one of 16 games and freaking out. You know, oh my God, the Phillies lost to the Mets. They blew it. Fire. You know, it's like, dude, it's one game of 162. It's going to happen.
Yeah. Right. If they had a 1-5-1 stretch in January and they were playing well at that point, like up until that, like it wouldn't be a big deal.
See, that's a great point. Every team's going to have a stretch like they're in right now. But when you start out that way, that's the thing. It's different. There's starting, and how you start and how you finish has a more resounding effect. Now, we could all forget this if they go on a great run, turn out to be a good team. But it's like how they finished last year. That was your last impression. So you drug that through 6 months of the summer. This is how you start this year. And it just, like, if it's January, you're right. If you're third in the division in January and you go through a 1-6-1 stretch, every team's going to have it. You go, okay, it's a bad stretch. Move on. Let's get back on it, right? And that happens. But when you start out that way, it sure doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel the same as you live through it.
So one of the good things, one of the silver lining items I found, their penalty kill's been pretty decent for the most part. You're seeing Mitchkoff kind of, he's on the power play there. He has a learning curve there, and granted it's the NHL, and I don't know how big of a learning curve he has, but he's on the power play there, and you're starting to see a little bit of things generate there a little bit. So the special teams, I feel, have improved a little bit. Not
a lot of it.
Yeah,
they've really improved it. Well, their PK was good last year. It was fourth in the league. They're second in the league now, and they already have a shorty. And their power play was in balls ass last for the last 3 years, right?
Wow.
And I mean, they clicked at 12% last year. That's hard to do. That's hard to suck that bad.
That's ridiculous.
You ever try to suck that bad? It's tough.
Garrett, have you ever tried to?
Don't answer that. But the power play is clicking at over 24% now.
Looks much
7
better.
goals in 7 games.
Yeah, it's much better. It looks like they.
Wow, the power play has got that. Wow.
It looks like they're starting to generate some off. They have a good scheme going.
You think it's because of the new kid?
He definitely
A lot of it.
Part of it, for sure. Yeah, I mean when he has the puck on his stick, eyes are looking at him. Who did they have last year? Especially with Couturier out last year, right? So like
he was in last year, but he wasn't much of a power play player.
But didn't he miss like quite a bit early?
He was only scratched for a little bit. He was back for. He got off to a real good start, and then he really waned in the second half.
So really, I mean, who was on that team last year that eyes were peeled? Looking at when. The puck
he's
was on
drawing
his stick.
so much attention that it's just opening things up.
God, he has such a quick shot too.
Yeah, he's got a. It's not. I don't think it's that hard of a shot. It's not like like an Ovechkin. One that's going to take your sternum out of your back.
Yeah.
But it's just. I think he's got a deceptive release. The thing about the power play is this. I've always been a firm believer in this. That your power play unit needs an alpha. You need a guy on the unit. You need talent on a power play for sure, but you need the one guy that goes, okay, I don't care how we get in the zone, whether You slingshot it. I obtain the zone. You obtain the zone. But when we get in the zone and we start to set up, give me the puck. I'm the one. I'm the quarterback. I'm the alpha. I own the power play. I'm the conductor, whatever you want to call it. And they didn't have that guy since Giroux.
Yeah.
Like when Giroux was there, and in his prime, they'd get in the zone and they'd set him up on the left half wall, and it ran through him. He would decide if we're going to run high, point to low plays, if we're going to run down net front on the side to the bumper, or low to high plays, how cross seam pass. He was going to determine all that. He took the ownership of it. They didn't have that before. Mm-hmm. But Mishkov, even though he's only 19. He's the kid that's like gets in the zone and he's like waving the stick and conducting shit. Like, get me the puck. And, he's so gifted offensively that, the defending players a lot of times kind of get mesmerized by him. He doesn't play with a lot of pace. He's not a guy that's going to go up and down the ice and be like, whoa, look how fast he is. Look at that. He turned that guy. It's not the way he plays. He's more of a Nikita Kucherov, Panarin, cerebral, deft passer and unique kind of scorer than he is, a Pavel Bure, a Sergei Fedorov type player. So, to use countrymen of his. But, yeah, he's made a huge difference, and he just sees the ice incredibly well. And that's only going to get better. I mean, he's got 7 points in his first 7 games, and the team's had trouble scoring. Yeah. He and everybody needs to get better 5-on-5, and I think teams are starting to learn how to defend him a little bit, especially 5-on-5, just taking all of his time and space away and getting to him as quickly as possible. Now, he's going to have to adapt to that. He's going to have to adjust. That's what the league is. They figure out how to slow you down, then you adjust, and then it's a cat and mouse game.
That's what's going to be really interesting when you're like 15, 20 games in and there's tape on them and teams have adjusted on how to defend them. Like, what's he do? What's his next move?
Watch him grow.
Yeah. But as we're talking about him, like you see him up close.
Does he have a big?
Yeah,
is that what you're gonna ask?
No, like what's the one thing that you may have already answered, but what's the one thing that he does that you're like, wow, look at this kid?
Well, first of all, off the ice when you see him, he's much thicker than you would think. Like he's got some muscle he can pack on in his lower half and his legs still because he's only 19. Like. I mean, think about when you were 19, you barely had hair under your pits, Right. Like, he's still a kid. But he is pretty thick up top and very strong. And even though he's not a burner, the way he can take pucks out of his feet, his balance is really – he must have played a lot of soccer growing up. But the thing that really I think is remarkable about him is his ability to be deceptive with the puck so in close to his body. His stick is so short. Like, I see it, I'm like, oh, my God, that looks like my son's stick and squirt. You know what I mean? I'm like, how can he even use that thing?
He's
What's
loaded
that?
To ice. He's very loaded to ice.
Yeah, and a guy like Bedard's built semi-similarly, but uses a very big stick. And he does not – his stick is so short, and it allows him the ability to protect the puck extremely well with his body, even though he's not a bigger guy. Like, Jágr was a big guy – and could protect the puck because he just stick his big Czechoslovakian ass in you, and you weren't going to get around him, right? They're totally different, but he's just so calm. I think that's the thing that, like, calm beyond his years. When you get in the NHL, usually you're kind of spastic when those, because these are grown men, best players in the world, most unforgiving league in the world. And when they close on you, they know how to envelop you. He's just calm and sees everything. It's like the game is, it's like, the game's playing at a different speed in his head, and he's able to calculate it. He's going to be special. There's just no doubt about it.
You see it.
Jason, I think you just named the show. I don't know if the guys agree. Spastic. What do you guys think?
I like it. That should be the name of the show.
Spastic, the name of the show? Yeah,
I like it.
Small stick.
Jason,
Spastic, small stick.
Forgive me if because I'm not sure. Have you gotten a chance to talk to him like one-on-one yet?
I haven't done an interview with him yet. Okay. I've been thinking about it of when I want to do it, but his English still isn't great, and like kind of me doing that conversation through somebody translating for him, it loses a lot. Mm-hmm. So what I was thinking about maybe doing here kind of sooner rather than later before Thanksgiving is maybe getting him, Zamula, and Fedotov and doing one with all three of them.
Oh, okay, there you go.
And that way it'll make him feel more comfortable. Because like Fedotov last year, I interviewed him when he got here, and he had to have Denis Gurianov with him, who was on the Flyers at the time. It was a Russian player, and he basically translated it for me for the whole interview. Yeah. And when I came back to camp, and like I was watching Fedotov's press availability, and I was blown away. I'm like, dude just learned English in like 4 months. So I went up to him in the locker room, and I'm just like, dude, like, how'd you learn English that quick? Like, that was ridiculous. Like, in America, we couldn't do that. I swear European people can learn other languages faster. And I just talked to him, and, you know, he was telling me, you know, I feel way more independent. I can, like, go somewhere now, like, and order a sandwich, like, by myself, you know. So, and the fact that he was here and had to speak, it helped. So I'll probably wait to do the one-on-one until his English is a little bit better. He needs just a little assistance. But I want to do something with the three of them. I think would be pretty interesting. Be a cool dynamic, I think.
What's your? I'm sorry. I know, Scary. I know you have a question. But speaking of Fedorov, what's your take on his play so far? Because I've been watching these. People are in my opinion, people are overreacting to his struggles right now, and I'm like, look. He's still new. Like, he's still new to the league right now. And yeah, because like they're talking about his height and is it an issue and this and that. And, you know, he's not seeing the puck off the stick and he can't get down quick enough. What's your take on his style right now? What his struggles might be?
That's because the fans want to see Kolosov. That's why.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the dude's going to have the same issues, just in a different package, because he played in the same league last year. So the adjustment to the NHL isn't going to be. It's going to be different for him because he's like the polar opposite. He's a smaller guy.
See the comment there, Jason?
Nothing. Going at it with the media clown from who is that Mark? What's that slob's name out in Pittsburgh?
I know exactly what you're talking. Yeah,
I can't remember his last name. He's a fucking phony. That clown. I used to just tweet him and just go, "You're middle market talent." Could never make it in the big market.
That guy drove me nuts last year when I saw his stuff. I'm like, dude, fuck this guy.
Yeah, dude, he hasn't seen his feet in 30 years. Like, that guy's a clown.
Wow.
But for as far as Fedotov goes, I came in the year with huge question marks about him because that adjustment from the KHL to the NHL it's a massive difference. Like, I had Kevin Woodley from In Goal Magazine on Flyers Daily when Fedorov came over, and people were going, just throw him in there. It can't be any worse. I'm going, settle down. There's a lot of things at play here. Like, dude doesn't even know how to communicate with his defenseman where to drop off a rim. He doesn't speak. He has no idea. He's in all brand new equipment, and because all the NHL equipment has to be approved through the league, so he's in all new gear, which is no picnic for a goalie, let me tell you. And then the other part is the game is totally different. They don't screen you in the KHL like they do in the NHL to try and take your eyes away. So I was expecting it to be rough at first. I just don't know where it's going because I don't know. The big key for me is what I don't know is this: is it harder or easier for a guy that's going to be 28 next month in November that has had success over a long career already at high levels in the KHL and internationally to make adjustments to play in this league after he's had success? Or do you have to make those adjustments when you're between the age of 19 and 25 in your developmental years? I think it's probably harder. I know that if I did something and was really successful at high levels, it'd be hard for me to change the way I do it because I went to play somewhere else. I would be reliant on that. It's kind of like muscle memory. So I don't know. There are things about his game that he's got to change because they won't work here, like looking over screens. And I get he's 6'7". He can look over a lot, but looking over screens leads to a lot of those 5-hole goals and where he doesn't get down quick enough in the butterfly because he's up. You got to look around screens in the NHL. He's also got to learn to read the play a lot sooner and be. You can't be lagging behind the threat. You have to be in front of it. It's like playing from in front. When you're reading all your threats, you got to constantly be looking. And so if something happens, you're not playing catch up and then have to, okay, that's the threat now. You know, you have to be aware of everything. I did see in the last game his head was a lot more active, a lot more looking around and those kind of things. But I'm still seeing him look down at his feet to make sure he knows where he is. You know, some things like that. Because he's not fully comfortable yet. His depth has been an issue at times. where he'll get too deep at the wrong time or he'll take too much ice at the wrong time.
Right.
When you take too much ice, then you have further to travel in an east-west play. Well, the NHL's all east-west plays. So in some leagues, you got to do that. But you also got to know there is no east-west option. I got to come out and make myself big, so I'm not showing as much net. So he's got a lot of adjustments to do. It's not going to take 5 games. It's not going to take 10 games. It's going to take a good bit.
Yeah.
Can he do it? Again, it goes back to that question of, can you do that at 28? You can. It's been done. Czechmanic did it years ago. But it can multiple, is that a way that multiple goalies can do it? I don't know.
And that's where I'm at. Chill. Like, just let the guy play a little bit. Let him figure it out. Like, people are jumping on him. Like, and maybe Gary, you might be right. Maybe people are impatient. They want Kozlov up and whatever. Like, it's like Jason
they just want Kolosov because he's not here. Like, they always want the next guy.
Right. Is that the backup quarterback? Right. It's the same thing.
He gives up one cookie in the first period, and they're going to be like, "Get that McAnemy up here!" Like, he's horrible. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
So we can all agree that the Flyers in the midst of a rebuild. And what's going on this season? I mean, is Couturier, does he fit here? And if you move him, what can you get for him?
He better fit here because he's got about 5 years left of a contract that's pretty beefy and no trade clause. And as far as if you could move him, what could you get from him? You can't trade him. Right now, you can't. I mean, he came back last year, had a really good start to the season, and then really maybe there was some overusage in the beginning of the year. He was dealing with a core injury as well. And then in the summer, he had to have core surgery. So I didn't expect him to have a strong start to this season because of that core surgery. Any player that you look at that has a lower abdominal or core injury and has a surgery north of 30, it's going to take a little time. You got to break down the scar tissue. And what that injury does to a hockey player is all of your burst in your first step in skating, it emanates from your core. And when you're trying to break down that scar tissue, you don't have that burst. And let's face it, Couturier was not exactly fleet of foot before any surgeries. So he didn't have the half a step in his pocket to lose. So he's struggling right now. I thought he was really good in last game, especially net front. But nobody's going to take that on for that term right now unless you sent them Mishkov with him, which obviously you're not doing. So what is he going to be the remainder of his time in the NHL? That I don't know either. I probably parked the expectation that he'll become the player he was that won a Selke and had back-to-back 76-point seasons and 2 30-goal seasons. I don't think he's going to ever get back to that. But can he still be a good player in the league?
What's a real, bright light on?
Yeah, I mean,
there's a lot of questions with this team for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. When you're in this situation, there is, and the development of young players is a big question. And who's going to take the steps and who's not? Like development in sports and hockey in particular, because when you draft them, they're kids. Like you see the NFL, and like these kids are playing at Alabama and wherever, right? Like they're 22 when they get drafted. They're already pretty much men. In the NHL, they're 18. Like Chetlachenko turned 18 after the draft. Like he turned 18 in like August 21st.
Man,
like that's my son's age.
Yeah, he can skate. Yeah,
and you just don't know what the development's going to be, and development's not a straight line. Like you can take a big step forward, and then next season you have a step back, and then take 2 steps, and you just don't know what it's going to be. So it's why you got to be patient.
Still early.
Yeah, I mean we'll see where it all goes, but like for Couturier. The thing that I think he thinks the game really well, so his ability to anticipate plays is really good, and he's going to have to rely on that more as he gets older.
Jason, one more from me because like I said, I don't want to keep you all night. It's a Friday night, bro. Are you drinking anything special tonight? By the way, that's not my question, but
Nah, just water.
Okay.
No.
It's all right, pussy. What's to you? What is the biggest issue with this team so far for the 24-25 season? What do you see that's the glaring issue? You're like, they gotta fix this.
5-on-5.
Yeah,
not even close. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
so
yeah,
that was going to be my
especially-
question, Jason. But like, what about the 5-on-5? Are they
Defense.
Well, I mean, it's defending and it's attacking too. I mean, like last year at the beginning of the year, like when they started out the season, we're like 3 or 4 games in, and texted a buddy of mine. I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? He's like, what do you mean? I go, they're like flying up and down the ice in transition. Like, what is, like, this wasn't happening a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't a fast-paced, high-transition offense team. And maybe part of that was Walker, and they certainly did it on purpose. They instituted it, and it worked great for a couple of reasons. But I'm watching it and just seeing all this transition play. Like the year before, it was, with Provorov back there and Sanheim, it was, they would get the offense to turn over, the opposition to turn over the puck, and then they would D to D pass, regroup, and it was like, oh my God, they sludged up the ice. It took a half hour to get to the fucking offensive zone.
Yeah.
And then last year, it's like, boom, boom, they're just darting up the ice.
That's Walker.
You haven't seen much of that this year. They're not playing fast, and when they do go up the ice, they don't go up the ice as a 5-man unit. Like, it looks staggered and flat, and it looks like they're not on the same page. So that's been the big issue. The D-zone coverage has been suspect at times, like some blown coverages, redundancy in defending a guy. Like, you can't have redundancy. You don't need two guys to defend one, because then you got a guy wide open somewhere, and that's burned them a couple of times. So it's been the 5-on-5 play. I said this on Flyers Daily Day, if they're going to get back in the mix, 3 things need to happen. Number 1, the PK has got to stay where it is and be good. That's got to remain. Number 2, the power play. It doesn't have to click at 24%, but it still has to be more than viable, 19, 20, 21%, which they're 24 now. Those 2 things, and then clean up 5-on-5. If you can clean up 5-on-5 and you have those other 2 things, it's amazing how the goaltending will look when you do. And then you'll be a good team. So that's what I think they have to do moving forward. And they got to develop chemistry with their lines and their pairings. And some young guys got to take the next step and kind of grab some more ownership of, the offensive element of the game and being relied upon to score. Like Tippett's a guy I think of. Like, I don't think Tippett has any idea how good he is. I don't. I get, like,
We saw shades of it last year. He had flashes. You're like, wow, this guy
he could dominate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. He's a guy who can go out, jump over the boards at any shift, and just tear a team to shreds by himself. But I don't think he knows it. Like, I talked to Torts about it, and I asked him. I said, does he have any? He's like, he's such a shy guy. Like, he's so chill and so calm and shy. But, like, there's obviously confidence there in him. But, like, when that guy's going good, like, the stuff he'll try, like, I would pull him in my office every day, and I'd be like, dude, you're a great player. Like, you need to know that. Like, go out there and do it. I think he's a player that could be dominant the way he skates, how big and strong he is, the way he can shoot the puck. I think it's just between his own ears. He's just got to figure that out, and he could be more consistent.
There's a lot of young kids on this team, and young kids overthink shit.
Yeah, I think that's been one of the biggest things that like with their lack of scoring, has been the biggest impediment. Hasn't been the opposition goalie. It's been the space between their ears. I think you do that sometimes to yourself.
The hesitation.
Yeah.
Right.
Lack of confidence.
Yeah.
You're not scoring, and you want to make the extra pass.
Right. Extra pass. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I got one more for you, Jason. So last night, I'm sure you heard the goalie with the Panthers.
Bobrovsky?
But yeah, he won his 400th career game last night.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 2 Conn Smythes. He's got
he's got 2 Vezinas, 1 Conn Smythe.
Vezinas. I'm sorry. 2 Vezinas. He's a Stanley Cup champion now. He was a Flyer. We all know that. With the problems this team has had at goaltending, we went through with Carter Hart. That'll be enough said there.
You still there, Jason?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. All right, cool.
We've seen shades of that Urson being really good, being really shaky, what they're going with. So my question is, do you think the Flyers have a franchise goalie in their system anywhere?
I don't know. I don't. You can look at it. They have a good prospect pool there. You're right. Ersson last year. The thing about Ersson is this. Like last year, like one of the reasons why their transition offense worked, because when you play in transition, you're going to give up stuff, and they were able to erase it last year with Hart and Ersson. and you can leak out and do those things free of mind, knowing you got a guy back there that can erase it. And when Hart left after that Colorado game in January, that's when things kind of started to pile up on Airson a little bit. Like, for a goalie, you always want to be the man. You want to be the number one. You want the crease. But saying you want it and being it and being able to do it are a different thing. It's a different animal. Being that backup's different. It's just different mentally. And that's the question I have with Sam. Like, he's a really confident guy, real chill. He's got the physical skills, and I talked to him in the preseason, and I asked him what he worked on in the summer, and he said the mental side of the game, which I was like, you don't want one bad game to turn into two. But is Sam a bona fide, legit NHL starter that, can lead you through multiple rounds of the playoffs? I don't know. It's still too early for me to tell. I haven't seen enough. And does he have the ability? Does he have the mindset? Yeah, they're probably in there, but it takes more than that to do it. As far as Fedotov goes, I don't know if I see him as an NHL starter and that guy at this point in his career. And it probably sucks for him that he got here too late because of his circumstances. As far as Kolosov goes, he's a freak the way he moves. But again, he's played about 3 North American games. How's he going to adapt to it? I don't know that. There's another guy, Igor Zavragin, who's putting up unbelievable numbers in the KHL. But he's like 19. And goalie development is one of those things. It's like voodoo. Like, I don't know what the stages of his development. Like, he's a freak. Like, he's like where Shesterkin and Sorokin and Vasilevsky were a year earlier than they were in the KHL. But is he going to be Shesterkin, Sorokin, or Vasilevsky? I don't know, because I don't know what the next 3 years look like for him and how he gets over. So, and you have Carson Bjarnason, I think is a good prospect as well. But I don't know if that guy's here. It's impossible for me to answer. But I know that you don't go anywhere unless you have it. Now, you don't need, like, Bobrovsky's a freak. Mm-hmm. But you need good, dependable goaltending. Like, if Carter Hart were here this year, I would have said, no doubt they're a playoff team. Mm-hmm. No doubt. Because of his ability. But that wasn't in the cards. He done fucked up. Yeah. So you got to pivot. And they got to... that guy might be Ersson. I don't know. I mean, he can be dominant.
And kudos to the Flyers because they smelled the Carter Hart situation brewing, and they went out and drafted those goalies, and they made sure, you know what, our plan might be falling apart here, and let's back it up. And they went out and drafted 2 or 3 that year.
2 that year. Yeah, they drafted Bjarnason, and then they drafted Zavragin. They didn't think it would be there. And it was like, okay. And it was worse because I was a huge. I mean, we had you on when we got Carter Hart. When Carter Hart came up, and I was a huge Carter Hart fan, and that, that broke my heart because I was like, pardon the pun. But I'm like, God damn it, like. Finally find one, and then this happens, right?
Right.
Man,
first serious prospect they had there in 30 years or so,
and then they go and do that, and I'm like, okay, cool. They're hedging their bet here. Like they're making sure they're covered. Hopefully, like one of these guys has to pan out, right? Like one of them has to pan out.
But as far as Ersson goes, I think it's too early in his career to label him starter or second string.
Well, he's a start. I mean,
let's see what happens and develops this season.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's
here's
funny
the thing, though.
How patient Gary is about hockey.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
It's funny though. Like bad goaltending will drag down a good team, and a bad team will drag down good goaltending.
Yeah.
You gotta have them both at the same time.
Yeah, it works hand in hand so much. Like, yeah.
I've always said it. Bad goaltending bleeds forward. The players soon, because trust me, like I've coached enough games and been on the bench enough times as a player and a coach, where when a goalie lets in a bad goal, like the people on the bench don't hide it. Like they're like Jesus Christ, make a fucking save, right?
Yeah.
Like like that's what happened. Like I was coaching one year with my son's teams, and we picked our teams and everything, and this parent came to me and said, "Hey, I've coached a bunch. If you need an assistant coach, I'd love to be on the bench with you." And I was like, "Oh, who's your kid?" And it was the goalie that I picked. And I said, "Absolutely not." And he said, "Why not?" He's like, "I've coached. I'm certified. Blah blah blah, all that stuff." And I said, "Nope, can't have the goalie dad on the bench." Because, when your kid lets in a cookie, and he's going to, they're all going to say, make a fucking save. What the fuck's he doing? You know what I mean? So, and I said to him, I said, not for nothing, but frankly, you can't be on the bench, and you can't even sit with the parents. Like, you got to go stand by yourself. Opposite corner of the net your kid's tending, by the way. Yeah. Because the parents are going to say shit, too, when he lets in a bad goal. Like, I don't know how my dad did it. But my dad was always caddy corner, farthest away from me as possible, and not near any of the other player parents.
Yeah, fucking asshole. What's your stick fucking broke? What's the matter with you?
Yeah.
Oh, your kid fucking sucks.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, make a goddamn. And, like people, when it comes to goaltending, they think like puck, stop puck. It's not that simple.
Guy's playing like Dwayne from Swedesboro. What's wrong with this guy?
What up, Mike?
Don't let him on the bus after the game. Make him take the train.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, so.
Jason, I'll let you go, brother. We we appreciate you as always coming on, dude. It's been a while, dude. It's it's been a long time coming, but we're so glad you joined us tonight and took some time away from your family, and we appreciate it, brother.
Thank you, Jason.
Anytime, boys.
Hey,
Sober up.
Before you go,
our
own Sean Selby has written a book.
All right.
That's not how thick it is it? A lot of coloring in that thing. No one likes this, but we do care. You're right. Like this whole notion of nobody likes us, we don't care. Bullshit. Everybody cares.
The Anatomy of a Philadelphia Sports Fan.
Thanks.
It's available on Amazon for $9, man. It's a really good read.
Yeah,
Send me a signed copy.
Yeah, all right. We'll do. I'll text you.
All right.
You
See you, boys.
All right.
All right,
Take
Jason.
care,
Thank you.
Jason.
See you guys.
The great Jason Myrtetus joining the show tonight. Dude,
Is it $9 on Amazon?
it's more than that. It's 14.
$14. Well, he's got the money.
It's actually the Kindle is 9. Yeah, you're right. That's cool. Jason
You got a book for free too, didn't you?
Yeah, you did. Jason Myrtetus is awesome, man. We love him.
Did you buy any after the book that you got for free?
No.
Did you buy a book after you got
Hey,
one for
buying
free?
it for your family or
you buy one for your free?
You buying it for your family or
You didn't pay it forward? You got a book for free?
It's
You
all
didn't buy one?
It's all right, motherfucker. Guess what? Christmas is coming up. So you got cousins and shit, right?
Yeah.
Kids. All right, I'll sign one for your kid. You gotta buy it first though. It will be, motherfucker.
And he's gonna remember you said that when he's
Yeah.
while me, Mike, and Sean are fucking eating the fuck
Yep.
straight up.
Remember when Gary said?
Fuck Gary, he ain't getting any of these royalties.
Yeah.
What's in it for me?
That's right. That's fucking right. Now, Jason Myrtetus is awesome, man. We love having him on the show. It's been a long time.
Yeah,
So,
man.
Yeah, a lot of
interesting though. He
lot of knowledge there, man.
Yeah,
a lot of
he-
knowledge.
Dude,
he didn't sugarcoat it.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I used to know the game of hockey, like not the prospects and all the way he does, but I used to know the game of hockey the way he does, man. And man,
it's a
he
lot.
knows the game of hockey, man.
Yeah. You're just gonna put him back in all.
Yeah,
all
I'm gonna refreeze him.
refreeze them with alcohol. And,
Yeah.
all
Don't
kinds of
taste
shit,
good
yeah.
next time.
We're talking about my bullet ice cubes. Sorry. All right, let's change subjects here. Not that I want to. I would love to keep talking Flyers and all that, but we do have a lot to cover tonight. So let's talk about the Eagles. Last week, the Eagles took on the Giants at the Meadowlands, and it was probably the most dominating performance we've seen in 2 years from the Philadelphia Eagles.
At least, yeah, because they didn't have a. They didn't have a dominant game last year. No,
Not really, no.
like you were biting your nails because they didn't look right all year.
Yeah.
So that's probably the best they've looked since the Super Bowl when they lost to the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, I think. Well, even that though, the defense didn't look that great.
Okay.
You know what? Since the Giants in the playoffs that year.
Okay, yeah.
That
yeah,
same year. Since the Giants in the playoffs that same year.
yeah.
And actually, coincidentally, that's the biggest margin of victory since that game.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
25 points.
But going on to
It looked great.
they dominate that game in every
Yeah, you know
they
what?
dominated the line of scrimmage
They
on both
dominated
sides of the game.
The last 3 quarters they dominated. The first quarter was
Right. Right. Then something happened. Right. Like that's got to change. Like the slow starts have to stop. Like you have a slow start on Sunday, you might be in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. Going against the Bengals, but
I want to give kudos to the defense. It's not just the Browns and the Giants that this defense has looked good. The defense has looked good 3 of their last 4 games. You got to remember
that Saints team was high flying.
You got to remember they were averaging 42 points a game
Yeah.
going into that game, and the Eagles defense shut them down.
And the Saints haven't been right since.
They haven't won. They've lost 5 in a row.
5 in a row. Yep.
Now you go in. Now it's going to sound like an excuse. I'm not making excuses, but then you go into Tampa Bay. You don't have Devontae Smith. You don't have AJ Brown, and it's 110 degrees.
It's not an excuse. It's the truth.
Right, and so the Buccaneers jumped on them, and not that they quit on the coaching, but I think it was like, all right, it's 105 degrees out here. This is what it is.
Yeah.
They actually, well, I mean, so they
they tried to make a comeback. They almost did. You know what I mean? So
they did until like a bonehead fumble by Hurts
right
fucked the game up.
Yeah.
Right. So there was, I guess maybe there was a chunk of that game where the defense played well.
Yeah.
So they
And then it got
dominated
away,
the Saints game. They dominated the Browns game. They dominated the Giants game.
Mhm.
And then there was a chunk in the Tampa Bay game where they played well.
I said it on the last show. You weren't on it. I said we're gonna forget about that game. Tampa Bay game. We're gonna forget about that Tampa Bay game. That's gonna be the throwaway game where you're like, that isn't who they are. Because I truly thought you hired with too much rum.
Ripped down the wrong pipe.
Jesus.
Uh-oh.
No, I truly thought that you're gonna find out that that's not who they are.
Yeah.
That's not who the Eagles are. They're better than that. Getting blown out by not a great Buccaneers team.
Right.
It's not who they are. So, and again,
They're not who we thought they were.
I get that. So, it's not like somewhere on here I got that. We are.
But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
Dude, I got everything on this fucking thing.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Yeah, it happens.
Well, we got everything, even Diddy.
Diddy's still on pitching.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's Meek Mill's the one screaming, right? Yeah.
Yo, did you hear the news report about him and Jamie Foxx? It's not them fucking. Remember a few years ago when Jamie Foxx got really, really, really sick?
Yeah.
And he was in the hospital and he
like
almost died?
Yeah, we thought he was going to croak out. Yeah.
Apparently, he was poisoned by P. Diddy.
That's the rumor?
Well, it's being, again, nothing's official.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But there's like this bodyguard's reporting it, this security guard's reporting it.
Wow.
And apparently Jamie Foxx is the one that initiated this whole investigation because he called the FBI.
Yo, man. Dude, if that's...
Why would P. Diddy poison him?
To try to fuck him.
He's going to fuck that.
He gonna fuck that little dog.
All right.
Boy, that's what's going on. I know you live under a rock, but that's what's going on. P. Diddy
He poisoned people?
and fucked them.
Is that what he did to Meek Mill?
Apparently.
I don't know.
And everybody's...
And LeBron.
LeBron?
There's reports about LeBron. Now,
And
again, nothing that the official reports haven't come out yet.
Stinks.
But there's all
How
kinds.
does he how does he get away with it?
Good dick. Because he's got the keys to the fucking. You know what I mean? Like, apparently there's fucking
This is
rumors that
getting
he had
crazy,
something to do with
man.
Aaliyah's death.
Jesus, that was like
Yes.
25 years ago.
Yes.
And somebody's going to get that gobbler at the end of this game.
That's what fucking Diddy's saying.
See, but this is also the thing. Like, this shit
This is fucking nuts.
gets like it takes a fucking on a life of its own.
Oh,
If you could conjure something up, you blame
Diddy
Diddy
did it.
for it.
Yeah.
So
Diddy did it.
Yeah, but Diddy did it.
I know that there's
Diddy
some
did it.
shit, but
Diddy did it.
Yeah, like nothing's official yet, but this is the shit that
Diddy did it. Diddy did it.
He was just horny.
Diddy did it. Diddy did it.
That horse.
Bunch of
Did you hear what 50 Cent said about him?
Well,
So
50 Cent's the one who's really been coming out and talking.
Yes.
That's how this all kind of started.
Well, 50 Cent, his initial meeting with him, well, he had known him, but like,
So he's a fucking snitch.
so he not. Well, listen. Apparently, Diddy called him, right? And this was the first real interaction he had with him personally, like just him personally. And Diddy's like, "Yo, man, what's going on? You know, they're bullshitting." And Diddy said, "Yo, man, when are we gonna get together? You know, go out shopping and shit." And the look on 50 Cent's face when he's explaining this, he's, "Nigga, what the fuck you mean when we going shopping? What the fuck's wrong with you?"
Shopping.
Yeah, like he wanted to take him out shopping, take him out to dinner and all. And 50 was like, "You're out your mind, yo." And dude, like,
You have 50 Cent, he wanted $1.
So we got actual audio when the FBI walked into Diddy's place.
Diddy's not a big guy. How did he get his ass kicked?
I know, right? I know. This is actually.
What's that smell?
covered in baby oil.
Extra points for anyone who knows what movie that's from.
I know what movie it's from.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you
fucking,
know?
that's Hulk Hogan's.
Yeah, but what's the movie called?
I don't remember. The
I
name.
know the name of the movie.
What's that smell?
No Holds Barred.
There you
Yeah,
go. There you
No
go.
Holds Barred.
Who
Good
else
job.
is in it? Who else is in it?
I don't remember.
Come on, Tiny Liston.
Dun.
Zeus. He was
Pack
Zeus.
your shit.
Pack your
There you
shit.
go, man. Here come Debo.
Yeah, he was Debo.
Hide your shit.
Debo's coming stealing motherfucker's bike. His eyes all good.
Smokey, whose chain is that?
Don't I have fucking?
Turn it. Turn it. Squeeze, 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 squeeze.
Don't I have
Turn
something
it.
from
Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze,
Yeah,
squeeze.
something from Friday.
I thought I did. I don't know. It's
How
all
you
right.
gonna get fired
Thought I
on your
sh-
day
I
off?
don't know. It's all right.
Who gives a fuck?
It's all right. All right. Eagles. Let's get back to the Eagles. Let's get back to the
All right,
Eagles.
so I'll finish. Like I was giving kudos to the defense. The 3 out of the last 4 games they've dominated,
Fucking
7
minutes.
sacks.
10
and
minutes
it's
later.
starting to look a lot. The defense is starting, and I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to seeing Quinyon Mitchell with these receivers on the Bengals.
I agree. 10
Yeah,
minutes
that should
later,
be good.
we go from Diddy
Yes.
Gay sacks to fucking. Oh yeah. So anyway, the defense looks great.
Sell.
The defense looks great.
So wait, which one of you picked the Giants to win?
I did.
Him.
All right.
Ryan did. So Ryan, 100% agree. I guess we can segue. Whatever. Gary didn't get a chance to talk about last week's game either. So like your take on the Giants Eagles, and what happened last week.
I mean, the Eagles did what they had to do to win. I don't care if it's the Giants, if it's the Saints, or whoever. They did what they had to do to win the game.
But it wasn't did what they had to do. They
I
dominated.
did. They dominated.
That wasn't like they did enough to win. They crushed them.
They did what they had to do to win the game.
You know what? Before we get into the Bengals, I want to talk.
So
because
you don't want to you're shitting over them a little bit, or what? I don't understand.
I don't think he is.
No, they emphasized on the run, which they needed to do, which they haven't done all season. They emphasized on the run with Saquon Barkley, and that's why they won the game.
So after the bye week, I want to hit on this because it is interesting because it kind of goes off of Gary's point here.
Like, stick to your strengths.
Sirianni and Jalen Hurts apparently had this meeting, right? And they talked, and Jalen came out and made an unpreempted, like basically came out and said, "Yeah, we had discussions and we're close, and I really like the direction we're going to go in." In the last 2 weeks, it's been run heavy. Where Jalen Hurts last week threw 14 times. The week before he threw
23.
23.
Yeah.
Very low. That's low. Where on the other side of the field, 25 attempts in the first half against the Eagles.
Yeah.
So and Hurts has only thrown the ball 14 times in the entire game. Hurts is they're basically, I think they had to emphasize to him, look, stop being Superman. Stop being Superman. Like, take care of the ball and don't turn the ball over anymore.
And that's the
You're
it.
killing drives is killing. Now, granted, Hurts is probably turning around and but you're not kicking fucking field goals when we have the chance. And now you're starting to see that too.
Yeah.
So like it's almost like there was a meeting of the minds, and they went, look, we're taking points off the board. I'm turning the ball over too much. You're taking points off the board.
We're not running the ball.
But
It
it's-
does, but it does seem like the two of them had the meeting that like Donovan McNabb and T.O. should have had.
Yeah, well,
Like-
it's almost like
Like
they,
we don't have to love each other.
it's almost like they looked back and went, "How did we get to the Super Bowl in 22?
Their identity was a running team. They
Running the
were a
ball.
running
How did they win
team.
the Super Bowl in 17?
They were a running
They were a
team.
running team,
Yeah.
right? Like,
But at the same time, I mean, you got Brown and Smith. Like what?
you do, and that's the great part. You
The
have,
run will open up the pass.
you have
Right, that'll come.
you.
Like-
You're gonna
That'll
You're
come.
gonna stop Saquon?
Right.
All right, cool.
Right,
You
you
know?
want to put 9 in the box? All right,
Then you
I'll
can-
hit you
yeah.
over the top with these 2 fucking electric receivers.
Now,
I
I mean, they're
almost-
definitely doing it with Brown. Probably too much. Like to your. Well, no, not the last game, but the game before that when. Like
The one that was the Giants game when he fucking. No, it was the Browns
the
game. I put
Browns
it
game.
away when
Yeah, when he
I
put it away.
hated the. I like. Thank God it worked. It was the same calls in the Seattle game last year.
Right.
Like there was no need to put that ball up
yeah,
there.
Oh my
Right.
God, yeah.
Well, it was also the same play that that killed them in the Atlanta game.
Oh,
Right.
When they went deep,
Oh,
when
the
they
side,
all
the
they needed to
sideline
do was.
play- oh my God.
Well, no, I'm talking about the pass to Devontae that got intercepted.
Oh
Yeah,
okay.
right.
I thought you were talking about the one AJ Brown on the sideline.
That was the Seattle game
Yeah,
last
Seattle,
year. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I mean, yeah. So I agree that obviously running the ball and playing to, you got Saquon for a reason. I hope you don't run them.
the ball.
You hope you don't
Run
run
the
them down. But you know what the thing is
No.
that they didn't really They didn't.
He only ran the ball
over-tackle him.
17 times.
Yeah.
And the game before, they struggled against the Browns running the ball, but they didn't stop.
Right.
Like Saquon only had 48 yards or 58 yards or something, but they kept running the ball. They didn't give up on it. They kept running the ball.
You know what? But that was the problem in the first quarter when they weren't running the ball. Hurts got sacked 3-4 times in the first quarter.
4 times.
In the first
He
quarter.
got sacked 4 times. So that also goes into the whole thing. It's like, I got to give credit to the coaching staff because they made adjustments. Kellen Moore said, you know what? We can't do this anymore. We got to do these, quicker releases, which they did, quicker short routes, because they came out thinking we're going to annihilate them with the deep ball. We're going to go for the big shots. We're going to go up 14-0. It's almost also as if they're trying way too hard to score points in the first quarter now. They're overthinking it. Like, it's almost like, don't let it come to you. We're going to force it.
Right.
That's what it almost seemed like. They were trying to force these. We have to score in this first drive or else. And they're trying to do these deep shots. Well, there's nothing happening. Now he's getting sacked against one of the best defensive lines in football. Say what you want about the Giants. That deep front is pretty good.
That's the real deal.
So they made adjustments. So I got to give credit to that coaching staff. They made adjustments. They said, you know what? Quick passes. Let's make this work in our favor. And we're going to attack with the run because this team is not good against the run. They're just not. They were 28th in the league against the run. So, here we go. They allow 5.1 yards of carry. Saquon takes 55 yards first play. You know what I mean? It just changed everything. Once he broke free on that run, I'm like, this game's over. I'm like, they got this now.
I'll tell you what. And Sean, I think you posted it. But I know you found it from somewhere, but the interaction between Sirianni and Barkley.
That was fucking, dude.
Dude,
both of them.
I'll find it.
It was just
that was cool that Sirianni knew and he wanted him to give him the chance to get it.
Jesus Christ.
That's pretty nice. Yeah. I don't know what that is.
where does that come from?
Twitter.
Yeah, that's a cesspool.
I'm gonna save that. That's pretty good.
Must
Twitter?
be the
You're allowed to
titties.
shit out on Twitter?
I guarantee I open
You're not
Twitter,
supposed
I'll
to.
see something. Guaranteed as soon as I open it.
I didn't think that Twitter.
Ready?
That's a cesspool.
I didn't think that you were allowed to do it on
Oh
Twitter.
yeah, you can do it.
Oh,
So they're not as censored as Facebook?
no.
No.
Oh.
So let me find.
know, I'm
So
not
here we
on
go. So here's the audio. So
We
here's.
were going this far.
I just don't want. I'm going to take out all the starters if they don't score.
You good? Let them eat.
You sure?
Yeah, good.
I'm gonna replay.
Promise.
I'll listen to me.
Yeah, you're gonna
I want you to do it if you want to do it.
It's all good. I'd rather see the young boys eat.
We're gonna replay. I'm gonna replay from the beginning. So this is the beginning of this conversation. This is Nick Sirianni and Saquon.
You're 13 yards away from your career high. I would love for you to get that, but that's up to you.
It's all good.
I just don't want. I'm going to take out all the starters if they don't score.
You good? Let them eat.
You sure?
Yeah, good. Promise.
I'll
Fist
listen to
pump.
I want you to do it if you want to do it.
It's all good. I'd rather see the young boys eat.
Dude, like first of all, kudos to Sirianni for knowing
Yep.
that he's 13 yards away from his career high, and kudos to Saquon for just being like, nah, man, I'm
Like, what
good.
a natural team.
Like, I'm good. Like,
They-
fuck this.
Doesn't that kind of remind you of the Westbrook not going in the end zone?
Yeah. When he slid, right?
Yeah.
But remember, the Giants fans are booing Saquon for being selfish and this and
Right.
that. And then meanwhile, he does that against them and goes,
Yeah.
I don't need my record. I don't need
Let the kids run.
I don't need to do it. Let them eat. Let them eat. Now I'm good. Fist pump.
Did you see who was sitting right next to Saquon listening to the whole thing?
No.
Gainwell.
Oh, was he really?
He was sitting right next to him.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Heard the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I get and dude, we've all kind of been on the train. Gary has started. I've made my feelings completely known about Sirianni. I'm gonna give him credit. Credit where it's due.
Oh, good for you.
It seems like he's made an adjustment. I'm never gonna be a fan of him.
I'm not there yet.
Right. But he's adjusted. The last 2 weeks have been a lot better than the previous game, the previous part of the season.
We'll see what happens.
Right.
Right. Let's see.
Let's see if it continues. And if it continues, you got to start giving them credit. I mean,
no, absolutely. So
if they want to make it a playoffs again, what coach comes in his first 4 years and takes the team to the playoffs?
No
4 years
Eagles
in a row?
coach ever had. No
Right.
Eagles coach has ever done it 3 years.
Right.
But your identity is run the ball.
Right. If he sticks to, like, if this continues, you got to give him credit.
So, Mike, you remember like second year, right? Second year, Peterson. We were going nuts because his first year was up
Remember,
and down,
I put
right?
an article out. I think it was after the Chiefs game in week 2 that year that they needed to fire him.
Yeah, right. And me and your brother going at it, and I'm like, this guy's a fucking dope. And then they turn around after that Chiefs loss, the second week of the year, and they ran the ball. And then they went out and got Ajayi from Miami and all this stuff. And all of a sudden, that's their identity. You know, LeGarrette Blount and Ajayi were the running backs, and
Wentz running all over the place.
Oh yeah, and like that was their identity. And you do that, you open if you can run the ball, you open so many other things.
Look at the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
Look at the
1-2 punch.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The Detroit Lions. Now, Jared Goff, like when he was with the Rams, right? No, I don't want to say he looked like a bust, but he didn't look like a number one.
No, he didn't look
pick.
like what he looks like now.
Right.
Well, the system that was there didn't suit him.
He wasn't a bust. He was a
but he didn't look like a number one overall pick.
He looked like the fucking the redhead dude, Carolina.
Andy Dalton.
He looked like an Andy Dalton type
Right.
player.
So he goes to Detroit, right? He grows with this team. Dan Campbell establishes an identity. They run the ball. You know, Jared Goff over his last 3 games has 12 incompletions. And the one game he didn't have any.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, they do have Gibbs and Montgomery.
That's what I'm saying,
That's the
though.
point.
Look how good he looks because they stick to their identity.
Right.
You know what I mean? They've given him an outside weapon. They gave him a good tight end. They got a good offensive line. But
And now,
that
and now the
team
number
run-
2 wide receiver looks legit.
Right. That team runs the ball. Everything feeds off of running the ball. And Jalen Hurts is much more of an athlete than Jared Goff. I don't know if he's got a more accurate arm. Probably not. But like my point is, look how that offense explodes because they stick to their identity.
So wait, Bijan went before Gibbs, right? I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Yes, he
But
did.
there was another running back that was taken or was like
Not
or
that year.
No, it was
Oh.
Bijan then Gibbs.
Yeah,
but
Bijan,
Gibbs
yeah.
no, I'm saying wasn't there another running back that could have been like or was it that Gibbs was supposed to be taken late in the first round and ended up getting taken like
No,
7th or 8th?
everyone kind of knew that Bijan was going to go early.
Right, but I don't think the Gibbs was supposed to go as
No,
early
I
as
think
Gibbs.
Gibbs was the
No,
second running back.
It wasn't that. It was that Detroit took Gibbs when they already
When they had Montgomery.
They had no,
And they still had
it wasn't-
Swift.
No, they had
It wasn't
Swift.
Montgomery. They had Swift, and it made no sense. Like people were like, "Why are they doing this?"
Right.
And then they traded Swift.
Yeah, they traded Swift to the Eagles,
Right.
and then they signed David Montgomery.
But I thought that like Gibbs was supposed to be in like the 20s because there was like talk of like even the Eagles considering him or something.
Well, he might have been projected at that, but he was projected as the second running
The
back to
second
go off
running-
the
okay,
board.
yeah.
I mean, Gibbs is better than Swift.
Much
Well,
better.
yeah, I mean, but
Yeah.
at the time,
At
you're
the
taking a
time, you're
chance.
thinking, what
It
the
didn't
hell
make
was
any
that?
sense. They had Detroit has so many other needs. It like where you're like, why are they doing this? And Detroit was notorious for being a bad drafting
Right.
team, just they were like on par with the Raiders
Yeah.
as being a horrible drafting team. And still are. The Raiders are fucking terrible.
Detroit's turned. The whole culture has changed in Detroit.
It has.
They're probably
Dan
the best.
Campbell's done a nice job.
They're probably the best team in the NFL right
They
now.
could be. They could be.
I mean, I until the Chiefs lose.
I mean, the Chiefs, right? They're undefeated, so that but
If you
the
gave me
Lions.
the Lions
The
and
Lions-
Chiefs going
Lions
at
and
it, I'm
Chiefs,
going.
yeah.
I'm going Lions, man.
Yeah.
Right now, as we stand right now,
All right.
week 8. All right, so let's give our predictions though, because this
Mahomes is just special, dude.
Yep, all he does is win.
He's special. He's a special guy, Joe.
he is. He's just not having a great year, and everyone's fucking blowing him. And
Yep.
he's not winning games for them.
No, he's
It's not him.
He's got
No,
6
he's not-
touchdowns and 6 picks.
Well, all right,
9
he's
picks.
9 picks, right?
He's got
9
9
picks.
he's not carrying the team.
He's not killing them.
But the thing that he's doing is he's making plays.
What
at
he
the
needs
end.
to
He's
make 'em.
making winning plays at the end of the games to win the game. So
Right, like
it's
the
not like
defense-
he's not winning. He is winning games because he's making the winning plays at the end of the game.
But the defense is keeping them in. If their defense wasn't playing the way that defense is playing, they might be 3-3.
Oh yeah.
Fucking
Right.
pinky.
I mean, again, that's their identity. Their
Right.
identity is the
Fucking tired,
defense.
Right.
And-
Kermit the Frog
Yeah,
here.
his fucking head tilt and his fucking finger wag, looks like he's having a stroke every time he's. I can't fucking stand. Anyway,
I know.
Yeah, but you know what?
I'm
You-
growing to hate him.
You can grow to hate him all you want, but you trade him. You trade
absolutely.
Hurts
Oh,
and
yeah.
and
I trade Hurts and Brown for him.
three of the best players. You
Yeah.
take whoever
Hurts
you
and
fucking
Brown.
want. Yeah.
yeah, you want
And Saquon.
You want
Yeah.
Barkley? I'll take
Yeah.
Mahomes. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Give me Mahomes and Devontae Smith together. I'm good.
Mhm.
We'll make it work. I know. Fuck. God damn it.
It depends. Who likes to trade or not?
All right. So,
All right,
yeah.
we
So
doing-
predictions.
We doing all of them or just the
No,
Eagles?
no. Well, let's do the Eagles
All right.
first. So this is probably the Eagles' toughest matchup in the next 4 weeks, I think. Oh, I mean, you got Dallas, and it's always a good game with Dallas, but I think Jacksonville, Washington. So the next 3 weeks, this is their toughest matchup. Because Cincinnati's starting.
What is it? Cincinnati, Jacksonville, then Dallas.
Then Dallas. Yeah.
All right.
So Cincinnati's starting to feel their oats a little bit. They're starting to come around. Their defense sucks.
Their
It's terrible.
records, their
They're
records
they're-
are disgusting.
Well, the record's not disgusting. They were 1-4. Now they're 3-4. Like they're starting to win a little bit, and their offense is starting to come around a little bit. So they beat the Giants 21-3 or 21. Yeah, 21-3 or 21-10 or something last week, and then or 2 weeks ago, and then last week they won
They won like a
21-14, which was kind of ugly. It was
Yeah.
not a very good game.
Who'd they play last week?
Cleveland.
Yeah.
So they didn't-
21-14.
they didn't
yeah,
look
I mean,
great.
yeah.
So 21 points the last 2 games against 2 teams they really should have done better on.
Cleveland's got a good defense.
They
though.
do.
I don't
They
care what
do.
Anybody said like
They do.
Yeah.
For now.
But you know, this
so
is
Miles
gonna,
Garrett's wearing midnight green.
this is gonna be a tough one, man, because
He's going to end up in Detroit.
Jamar Chase and T. Higgins going against the Eagles secondary, who, you know, like we just said, like Ryan said about 20 minutes ago, I'm excited for that matchup too. That matchup actually, to me, determines this game.
Yeah, how does Quinyon Mitchell to play again? Like if he gets toasted, it's over. The game's over.
I don't think he's gonna get toasted.
Neither do I. I do think one of them gets off though.
One of them will.
Right.
Like this, I think it's gonna be Slay. I think Slay's gonna be the one that's gonna get beat.
Yeah.
You know, and you got
And he's probably on Chase.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I would actually do the opposite, honestly.
I'd put him on Higgins because Quinyon Mitchell probably has the speed to at least attempt to keep up with Chase.
Yeah.
And that's a fun. Let's see what the kid's made of.
You
Put
bet-
him on fucking Jamar Chase.
You better bring the heat. You better bring help
Like, you
over.
better come to play.
You better bring help
I
over.
honestly, I think Quinyon Mitchell's probably a better corner right now than Slay.
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
what we're saying. Yeah,
I agree.
I agree too. And that's going against a guy who that's an all pro, right?
Like
Slay's-
Chase against a rookie. I'll take Chase day in and day out.
I want to see it though.
I want to see it.
I think they should put.
Who do you think? Who would you say that you would take over Chase? Is there any corner? You would probably take Chase over any corner.
Like That's obvious. Like it's hard to argue that.
Right. So, but who would you rather have him going against? Slay
Mitchell.
or Mitchell?
I'd rather have him against Mitchell.
I would too.
Yeah,
I
me
would
too.
too.
I'd rather have him against you.
They're not going to. It's gonna be Slay.
No, it's going to be Slay.
Or they're gonna swap him off after he gets beat twice for 2 touchdowns,
Right.
and then they'll swap him off. But that's the biggest matchup of this game, honestly. I mean, we can. Do you want to go through the position thing, or we don't? We can. Eagles offense against Bengals defense.
Eagles offense.
I think it's the edge easily for Eagles offense. Bengals offense against the Eagles defense.
It's a slight
tough.
edge.
That's where it's tough.
Slight edge.
I think Cincinnati has the edge just slightly.
See that to me, that's where it's tough though, because
They can't-
are we looking at the Eagles defense that and I know I keep harping on it, that got
Last 2
toasted
weeks.
that got toasted the first 2 weeks of the season? Like, are we looking at that defense? Are we looking how they've progressed and how they've looked over the past few weeks? Like the defensive line's getting after the quarterback. Cincinnati's offensive line is terrible.
The one thing I will say,
Their running game isn't great.
Right.
No, it's not. And the one thing I will say about the Eagles defense that's been awesome, Vic Fangio, talk about adjustments, is blitzing.
Yes.
He's calling blitzes and he's getting there. They're getting home. He realized, okay, I'm going to do the 5-man front, which is great. I mean, that's fantastic because now you're taking the tight end out. You do the 5-man front, your tight end has to block and then maybe break off, and now it's too late because someone's getting home. And now I'm going to bring one of my linebackers, or I'm bringing a cornerback. Like he's blitzing, which is awesome. Like we haven't seen that in years.
Right.
We haven't seen that in years.
Not just Jimmy Johnson.
I was actually going to say Schwartz, because Schwartz would blitz. Schwartz would blitz here and there. Not to the degree what Jimmy Johnson did, but Jim Schwartz would call these creative blitzes. Fangio, he's not even hiding it. He's like, I'm coming after you.
Yeah, right.
And these guys are coming.
Right, like the quarterback can see they're coming.
Yeah, so like, and they can't. He's having no time.
He's just sending more men than they have blockers.
Joe
Burrows. The Eagles are proven to be athletic enough to make it there before now.
You're not burning. You're not burning Joe Burrow.
That's the thing. Like that. This was against Deshaun Watson and Daniel Jones. Yeah. Joe Burrow. You give him an opening, he'll eat you up.
Daniel Jones, by the way, he used to burn the Eagles. Like Daniel Jones has burned the Eagles in the past.
It's a tough one.
No, I think again, I think that I'm giving Cincinnati the edge, but I do think that Cincinnati's overrated. I think
21 points the last 2 weeks. That's not that's not great.
T. Higgins has had like 3 good games in the past year.
That's not true. That's not true.
The past year and a half?
Yeah, he's on my fantasy team. Like he's having a really good year.
This year?
Yes.
All right.
He's at I mean, I know it's fantasy football, but he's averaging like 19 points a week.
Yeah, according to Ryan, he's Justin Jefferson level.
I mean, well, Justin Jefferson's on another level, but I mean, we were talking about we went through Chase's stats yesterday. Chase has had one monster game, and then a couple pretty good games, and then he's had a couple clunkers.
That's the thing. Like Jamar Chase is a home run hitter. Like if he doesn't get you that 60-yard touchdown.
Maybe I'm just remembering Higgins from last year, and he was hurt for a lot of the year last year, and I haven't followed him enough this year.
He's having a good year.
Okay. Is Barrow having a good? I don't think Barrow's having a good year.
Burrow's had one really good week, and he's had a couple average weeks. He hasn't been what people expected from him, honestly.
Like Chase ain't your check down receiver. He's the guy you're going to throw it to, and he's going to get yards.
Right.
T. Higgins is your check down player.
T. Higgins has had one really good week, and he's had 2 solid weeks. Solid weeks, yeah.
All right, and you're right.
And he missed a game, and they had their bye.
Yeah, he missed the first 2 games.
Right.
I knew I was right.
Oh, it was 2 games?
He did miss the first
He missed the first 2 games, and they had their bye. So
he has 29 catches, 341, and 3 touchdowns. I mean, that's not
over 4 games or so?
Over 5 games.
He's having a good year.
Yeah, it's a decent year.
Yeah.
He's having a solid year, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think that Cincinnati's just okay. They're 2-5 or something, right? Or they're
3-4.
3-4. Okay, they came on a little bit, but I don't know. I just don't.
They don't look like the team like
And I
over
just,
the past 2 years they started slow, and you knew that Cincinnati was going to get it together. They don't look like that team this year.
right, and I'm starting to kind of wonder if a little bit of the Burrow. Now I said the same thing about Josh Allen a year or two ago, and now he's coming back. Came back to form, but maybe maybe
Burrow's
the
had a
bandwagon-
lot of issues the past few years.
What, injuries?
Yeah, like he's had some problems.
Right. I don't know if
His
I don't
whole
know if
career.
Burrow's that much different than somebody like Hurts. Not as many turnovers or anything, but
Yeah,
he's
he hasn't made a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he has.
He made the
He's
Super
Oh,
Bowl.
that's right, he did.
Yeah, but so did
I
Hurts.
was thinking about the championship game when he lost
To the
Warriors.
Chiefs.
Yeah, to the Chiefs. But yeah, you're right. He did make the Super Bowl.
Just
once.
like Hurts lost to the Chiefs.
Right.
Yeah, right. Fucking guy.
Um
I forgot about the Bengals making the Super Bowl that year.
yeah, that was the fucking kicker.
Oh,
The
God.
kicker killed it for him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who beat them?
Was it the Rams? I think it was the Rams
The
year.
Rams beat
It was the Rams. Yeah, it was the Rams year.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think the Eagles win a close one.
on these nuts.
I think the Eagles win a close one. I don't think they're favored, right? They're giving them
point.
2 points. Okay.
2 points.
Used to be
That's
3.
an
I think
Eagles
it's now.
line, though.
Yeah.
It is.
On the road,
I'm
2 points.
I've been back and forth on this.
Same here, man.
Eagles have problems in Cincinnati.
They've never won there
Yeah, it's
Ever?
ever.
Yeah, it's
Oh wow.
They've
It's like they've tied twice.
Oh, wow.
tied. Yeah,
I know shit.
It's
10
like
10-10. They try and
13-13.
yeah, McNabb game when they tied.
Yep.
And he said, "Oh, no, you tied." And then one
It was
one
like
game
3-4 years ago.
they tied at the last game of the season. I remember this. And the Eagles I think the Eagles needed to win to get into the playoffs that year. And they ended up,
That's right. That was
Yeah.
90s.
it was something like that. It was like
That
late.
was a Boomer
Three?
Esiason game.
I think it was.
Yeah, it was
That was a
Boomer. It was
Boomer.
93.
93 or 94.
I think it was the year that. Yeah, I no, because Boomer was on the.
It wasn't 93.
Yeah, the year Randall got hurt. Boomer was on the Jets because that was the pick by Eric Allen.
It might have been 94.
Was it
It
94?
was like 94. They ended up
Yeah.
tying the last game of the year and they missed the playoffs.
Yeah,
Those fucking assholes. That was against Cincinnati. I'll never forget that.
yeah, that was Cotites last
It was
year.
like 10-10. It was a
That
final.
was like Cotites last year. They fired him after that.
Yeah.
Good.
So yeah, Rich
That's a great fucking memory.
Rich cunt tight.
Yeah, Richie uptight.
Fucking guy.
Yeah, they've never. It's kind of like
Wrong,
the
cunt.
the Pittsburgh coming to Philly thing. How Pittsburgh's never won here.
Yeah.
It's
So,
just,
so you got I mean
it's
that's
just a weird thing, man.
but
I'm gonna call Eagles 22-20.
Mike had enough.
I like it.
I like the Eagles here, 21-17.
See, I think
I'm going 28-17 Eagles.
wow.
I think they score against Cincinnati. I don't think Cincinnati can stop the Eagles.
I think Cincinnati scores against the Eagles. I think one of them receivers winds up getting off.
Maybe I'll go 28-20. I'll go 28-20. That's what I'll go. Eagles.
All right, so you're actually picking them to win big. Well, kind of big.
By 8.
Yeah.
Because they're going to score against the Bengals.
The Eagles are going to make a stupid mistake in this game.
I'm going to go 34-30 Eagles.
Big
Oh, you got a big
34.
score.
That's like
Yeah.
a Green Bay Eagles. game.
34 fucking points.
Yeah.
I think they're more than capable of doing it against this defense.
34-30 Eagles.
This defense is not. It's the best. It's the worst defense the Eagles have played in a couple weeks.
3 of those touchdowns are from Saquon Barkley.
It could be.
No, 3 of them are for AJ Brown.
Nah,
So the Sixers are down
Devontae
12.
Smith.
AJ Brown has 65 points.
Nah.
Sixers are gonna fucking lose to Toronto.
Of course they are.
Rebuilding Toronto team.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Start 0-2.
Good for the Sixers. Dave Peterson, we haven't seen you in a while, brother. We miss you. Good evening, late dude, internet provider. Eagles 27, Bengals 24. He says.
Okay.
I'm going to have a smoke, get some ice.
All right,
read the picks.
we're gonna do our picks. Yeah.
Dun, dun,
I'll
dun,
do
dun,
this.
dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hurry up, you fucking chip bag. Well,
Dun.
I'm taking an Uber.
Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. NFL Week 8 picks. Here we go. Ravens, Browns. The former Browns go to Baltimore and play the current Browns.
That's the Ravens all day.
Ravens are 8.5 point. I'm not doing that. I'm doing the favorites. We're not doing that. We're just gonna pick teams. All right.
Yep. Yeah, I got the Ravens.
Yeah, Ravens easy. Titans take on the Lions in Detroit.
Is that even a question? That's the Detroit.
Yeah. By the way, that's a minus 700. So if you want to win $100,
It's actually one of the biggest spreads I've seen this year.
Like Gibbs rushes for over 150 yards in that game.
Oh, I hope he does. 11.5 points.
yeah,
It's one of
might
the
not
biggest,
be enough.
one of the biggest spreads of the year. Cardinals take on the Dolphins. Tua is back, taking on the Cardinals.
I'll still take the Cardinals too. It's not ready yet.
Is Harrison Jr. back?
Yeah, he's back.
I'm still
Yeah.
taking Miami.
Yeah, it's Cardinals.
In Miami, I'm taking Miami. I would have maybe taken Miami anyway, honestly. Jets take on the Patriots in New England.
That's Jets.
Yeah, I think I go Jets here.
Yeah, as bad as the Jets are.
Jets
the
going to
Wings-
Jet.
Actually, a win here gets them right back. 3-5,
Yes.
they get right back in there.
Oh, 3-5 right back in it?
Yeah, because I mean, what's fucking Buffalo? Buffalo's 5-2, so 2 games out.
Yeah, they're not done yet.
No, I don't think there's really many things that are
Peter's
done.
saying Jets as well. We got Falcon, Atlanta going into Tampa. That's actually a good game. Atlanta, Tampa Bay, AFC.
Both 4-3, surprisingly.
NFC South is becoming a I know, right?
I like
Yeah.
Atlanta.
I kind of like Atlanta too.
Really?
Well, especially now with what's going on with Tampa Bay.
They
What's
don't
going on
have
with
nobody
Tampa
to throw the
They
ball
have no
to.
receivers.
Oh, yeah.
Godwin and Evans are both gone.
Yeah. All right, I'll
I
switch.
got Atlanta.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I might have a massive fantasy week. Bijan going against a very porous Tampa Bay team, and then I got fucking Tua back for Waddle, and I got Gibbs going against Tennessee. I like it. No one cares about your fantasy team.
Right.
Packers taking on the Jags.
Packers.
Or, I mean, yeah.
Colts taking on. It'd be great. Let's go through it before he comes back. Colts, Texans. That's actually not a bad game.
I like the Texans here.
Yeah, the Texans. In Houston, for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Houston.
I don't know, man. The Colts are.
Yeah, I know. Jonathan Taylor's back.
eh. We went through the Eagles. All right.
I'm still going Texans. Saints, Chargers.
Chargers.
Yeah, I like the Chargers. The Saints are falling apart. In LA.
I gotta be honest. There's a lot of big point spreads this week.
Is that a big point spread?
A lot of it's
Wow.
seven. There's a lot of
I like the Saints to cover that.
This is probably the most wide open week of the year so far, honestly. And I know that because of the Sunday show I do, and a lot of the games are close. This is the
I went
most.
12-2 last week, though.
Where did I go? I was
I
pretty.
think you were probably around that.
I was
too,
pretty
yeah.
close. I had a
Yeah.
good week. Yeah.
That's Soapy Sizzler.
I went 2 out of 3 again. Like I'm fucking 12 out of 17. My Selby Sizzlers
And that's with the spread. That's like
with the
including
spreads.
the spread.
With
yeah.
the spreads, yeah, that's not bad.
All right, so
Yeah.
where are we at?
We're at
Colts,
Buffalo.
Texans.
Colts, Texans. Okay.
Colts, Texans.
Yeah,
Where is that?
In Houston.
in Houston.
I'm taking the Texans. The Texans look like they're starting to hit their stride.
Not after last week. Fucking Stroud had 0
Stroud
points.
is terrible. Saints. Oh, I'm sorry. We're at Saints and Chargers. I'm sorry.
Saints and Chargers. I think who's starting a quarterback for the Saints? Is it Desmond Ridder
Rattler.
again?
No, Rattler.
Or Spencer Rattler again? Yeah, I'm
Rattler.
Don't he look like the guy you would hire to play Patrick Mahomes in a movie?
Yeah, he does.
I'm going with the Chargers.
I saw that. It was like the guy you hire is Patrick Mahomes making a movie about Kelsey Dayton.
Taylor
Taylor
Swift. Yeah.
I got Peterson's scores coming up here for the live viewers. Popping up here, Dave's predictions. We got the Bills taking on Seattle in Seattle.
That's turned into a really good game there, man.
Wait, Dave has Packers 30, Jaguars 1.
That's not even possible.
I know it's a typo. I know it. I'm just gonna pick on him. What the fuck? fucking blinding me over with that fucking.
Oh, shut
Why do you have this stupid fucking thing on
Because
anyway?
I want it on because I'm fucking
Stupid
fat, old, and
fucking
blind.
strobe light. Who has a strobe light on their phone? Fucking guy.
No. No, I don't.
All right, so Bills. I got Buffalo.
That's a tough game to pick. That's in Seattle.
He's got Jaguars 18. That's
Okay.
it.
So it's just the Jaguars 18.
Jaguars
That's the
are
end of the
score
game.
18. That's it. Look, there it is.
Is that game? Are they still in London?
No, they finally left.
Christ.
Now they're in the subway.
I bet Doug Peterson wishes they were still in London. He's going to get fired.
I love it. He's
Yeah, he won the one
Dave's
last
getting
game.
mad because he's fucking typing so fast and he's trying to keep up with all the games. Motherfucker! 18. No! Packers.
Um,
Fucking internet service provider.
Is Metcalf playing?
No, I don't think so.
No, you
Yeah.
got to go Bills then.
I'm going Bills anyway.
Go Bills anyway.
This next game's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chicago.
I had some. Wait, where are you at? No, I had Panthers Broncos.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's a great game.
Did you miss the? Did
Right.
you miss the?
What about Chicago? Washington?
Why do we have two people doing them?
I was following along with them until this
Yeah,
one.
I got Panthers Broncos.
We skip one.
Bryce Young's back. No, we didn't.
Doesn't matter.
Nah,
We'll get to it.
fuck that Broncos.
The Broncos, Bo Nix goes off.
Cheat. Yeah, we all agree. Cheat. Oh, there he goes. Yo, sigh. Packers 30, Jaguars 18.
Yeah, that's cool. But now you're like 4 games behind, Dave.
I love it, dude. I can picture Dave right now, like I'm fucking going too fast. I'm trying to keep up, and he's trying to keep up, and he's trying.
And he's all stoned.
Oh, that's great. I love it. I love it. I love Dave. Man. Chiefs Raiders in
Chiefs?
Kansas City
No, it's actually in Vegas.
or Vegas. I'm sorry.
Like, how can you pick that game?
The Raiders beat them last year in Vegas.
Oh, that's true.
Raiders ain't beat.
9-point favorites. Dude, there's like 4 games, like 9 and above this week as
Yeah.
far as point spreads.
Nah,
You're thinking about this?
I am.
Come on.
I am.
Really?
Nah, Chiefs.
No, I think the Raiders. I think the Raiders get them.
All right,
Stop.
cool. All right,
I'm
good.
taking the Raiders.
I mean, they're
They're going to lose
bound
eventually.
to lose a game.
You know
Not
what?
against the Raiders.
Yeah, they're bound to lose.
They're
I'm
not
taking the
losing to
Raiders.
You know what? I got a bold prediction for this week.
That's my bold prediction. The Raiders beat the Chiefs.
Mine is that there's going to be a tie this week.
And it's the Chiefs and Raiders?
No, it's going to be like fucking the Colts and Texans. They're going to tie 20-20.
That could happen.
Yeah. That's my bold prediction.
With Kai Fairbairn missing a kick at the fucking
Yeah,
end of the
something
game.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bears Commanders.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
This game had the potential to be the
Game of the week.
yeah, like the
That's-
first
Oh, you mean
pick,
like-
first number 2 pick.
You mean that's why they like flexed it and moved the fucking Eagles to the 1 o'clock instead?
You know, I got to tell you, they fucking flexed the Eagles, right? We'll get to it in a second. The next game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll get to it.
Yeah.
Sunday Night Football. Cowboys 49ers. That stays
Yeah.
at Sunday night. Why? Both
American-
teams fucking suck.
Yeah.
Both teams suck.
Yes.
Well, no, we're not going to flex that because, it's the 49ers and Cowboys, and we have to have that fucking.
That's America's team. man.
Yeah, we have to have
Prescott's
that.
throwing for over 300 yards that game.
So what game we on?
Bears
Well-
Commanders.
I got the Commanders beating the Bears.
I think that depends on Jaden Daniels. If Jaden Daniels
Yeah,
isn't,
I'm going Bears.
yeah, if Jaden Daniels isn't playing, I'm going Bears.
Oh, is he not playing?
I don't
doesn't
think
look like
I
it.
don't think he's playing.
He hasn't practiced all week.
I like
Well,
the
then I'm
Bears.
fucking with
He's not,
Bears.
he's not playing.
Swift rushes for over 200 yards.
Get the fuck out of here.
The defense still exists, man. Cowboys 49ers.
So interesting tidbit.
Titbit.
Yeah, the
That's
Cowboy, the
Is
Cowboy.
it a tit?
Tit.
No, tid,
Tit.
tidbit,
Titbit.
tid.
T-I-T?
Should that be the name of the show? Titbit.
Is it a T-I-T?
No,
bit?
we got to put identity in the fucking show title at some point
Interesting
Identity?
tidbit.
Why?
It's a
because
tit.
we've talked about identity a lot.
It's a tit
Yeah.
bit.
Oh.
A
But
little
the
bit-
Cowboys apparently are
a little bit of tit.
they're 3-0
Yeah.
on the road and 0-3 at home.
That's
They are.
that's an interesting point.
They're actually going to win this game.
The Cowboys?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, they're going to win. This
Yeah,
game.
They can't beat the Niners.
The Niners had no receivers.
They got nobody.
I hear you.
Ayuk broke his fucking pussy. Debo has pneumonia.
Yeah.
Yo, he might die. Like
Kittle's like
Fuck 'em.
Kittle's like not. I think he's going to play, but
They got
he's
fucking Juwan Jennings.
He's
man.
banged up. Yeah.
And Jordan Mason, he's a stud of
Yeah, that's
according to our, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Jordan Mason. Yeah.
Who's the guy that took a bullet?
That's
Pearsall. Yeah.
Yo, this guy takes a bullet in the chest. He comes back before McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Talk about who's a pussy, who ain't.
Well, look,
seriously.
McCaffrey was like an Iron Man for the past 3 years after like being hurt. Like he finally has a
Past
year
2
where,
years.
yeah. Well,
That
Nah,
dude- he
he's a
finally had
pussy.
2 full years.
He's a
And it
pussy.
hasn't. I fucking hate him.
He's got a glass jaw.
All right.
was
Who
cares?
you
2
guys picking?
years.
Who you guys picking?
I'm going Niners.
I'm picking the Niners.
All right. And the last game is Giants Steelers.
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 Over.
All right. Cool.
The G-Men.
G unit. Get your ass out.
Yeah.
So you made me switch the Tampa game, and you made me switch the Washington Bears game because of injuries. So I'm bound to lose both those
Yeah,
games, and then I'm going to be cursed.
Baker ain't got nobody to throw the ball to.
Yeah.
He's baking by himself.
So
Yeah.
think about this, right?
Watch him still fucking find this guy.
Kate Otten's going to fucking
Yeah,
go
watch
off.
him find this guy and light it up for 350 yards still.
How does this
Rashad White.
How does
Or
it make any
Rashad
sense?
Jones. Rashad Jones is going to go off.
Rashad
Cunt Jones.
Rashid Jones.
Rashid Jones.
How does it make any sense that there's no bye weeks this week?
Nobody's
we're talking
off.
about
No,
that.
nobody's
We
on
talked about
bye.
that last night.
Is he related to Cunt Jones?
Nobody's on bye, but yet teams are off week 14.
That's retarded.
Make it make sense. Like week 13 should be the last week for buys. Like, come on, NFL.
Right, like between
Get your shit together.
week 5 and do all the buys between week 5 and 10. Like,
So I just wanted to bring this up really quick, and then
Before we get to buy you a drunk, I got a little bit of a rant, but I know
what was it related to?
the Sixers.
the
All right,
Yankees-
go. Hold on, let's do an SCS, Mike, or stale beer from
Sure.
Mike.
So I have a microphone and you don't.
So you will listen to every damn word I have to say.
Yeah, I mean it's week 2 or game 2, and it's but the Toronto Raptors are a rebuilding team. They're legit trying to lose. They're trying to get a better draft pick. I get it. You don't have your top 2 players. You're built to win. We just talked about, oh my God, all this depth that they had. They got beat. Like Andre Drummond was the only guy that got any rebounds. So-
Oubre scored 28.
Yeah, Oubre, fine, but they got out hustled.
Where was Maxey tonight?
Maxey had 24 or whatever. Like,
Okay, all right.
but
I didn't know. I was just
but
asking.
they got out hustled. They got beat to every ball. They got dominated basically. Where's the depth? Where's all this? You know, I get it. They're starting, but there's no continuity. Like even without the top 2 players, you should beat this team or at least be competitive. You kind of got blown out. Like again, I'm going back to like I don't know how much patience I'm going to have with this team.
Yeah, you could tell.
With me?
Yeah, you could tell.
Yeah, I'm already.
Because I could give a fuck about the second game of the season without their two stars. I could give a fuck.
I'm kind of in the same boat.
Doesn't matter.
It is what it is.
It doesn't matter.
Even against like a shit team,
Yeah,
even
it
against the
doesn't-
worst team in basketball.
Doesn't matter.
I'm kind of
Okay.
against
It's
this
the
team.
second game of the year, Mike. That's what the NBA is. That's just what it is. I don't care. Let's see where they're at.
I gotta be honest.
At
I'm
Christmas.
I'm not so sure I
have
care
no
about the
faith.
Sixers until March anyway this year. Honestly, that's where I'm at.
Well,
because-
You
yeah,
know what? But they
But you want to gauge it, like you see where they're at Christmas.
Well, apparently we're not going to be able to because I don't know where they're going to be at because we don't know what the team's going to look like
Right.
because these guys aren't going to fucking play.
Well, here's the thing. Right now, starting out 0-2, I know it's 80. It's way too short. But when they lose the next game, because neither one of those fucking guys are playing, they're starting 0-3. Like they're digging out of a hole.
They started off 1-5 2 years ago, and they were all right.
It doesn't matter, Mike.
Yeah, they
Okay.
were. They
All
were.
right.
Their season starts next Wednesday at home against
And even
the
if
Pistons.
even if they do, who gives a fuck? I don't care anymore. Honestly, that's where I'm at. I hate to be that way. I can care less about them right now. I don't care. I hope they miss the fucking playoffs and they get a better draft pick at this point. Like they're not beating anybody. They're not beating the Celtics. They're not beating the Knicks. We talked about it earlier. So who gives a fuck? I hate being that way. I can't exert any more energy into a team that doesn't give a fuck about the fans. I'm sorry. They don't care about us. And Joel Embiid doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't. He got paid. He got his extension. He doesn't care.
Why?
How come Derrick Henry, a guy who takes a fucking beating every single week, do you see his diet? He spends $2,500 a year. I'm sorry, more than that. $25,000
a
year on his diet.
Yep.
To make sure he's in prime condition. And this motherfucker can't even stay healthy enough to play in an NBA game and run up and down the court a few times. Don't even tell me that they're. And I went to
do you think that he's not? Do you think that he's not doing what he needs to?
No.
Do you think he doesn't care?
No, I don't.
I think that's his thing.
I don't think he's done what he needed to his whole career.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that he matured and he got better with that. I thought that he
is who he is.
He has natural talent.
And that's what he's
relied on. He has natural talent, but you see it. You see the way he runs up and down the court. He's out of fucking breath. Dude, you're an athlete, and you can't run up and down the court without being out of breath. Like, I don't care how fucking big you are. He's jogging, sweating his fucking his glands are just exposed. Like he's not jogging. He's not running on the off season. He might lift a few weights. He might take a few shots of he's not doing anything else. He's not doing the extra things needed to become the best player in the world.
Right.
I'm sorry. He's not. You can see it because guys like LeBron, who's playing at age 42 years old, still playing at a top level, who's as physical as Embiid is, right? Gary, big arms, right? Having the big arms. Embiid isn't going to play until he's 35. He's going to be done. He's going to be out of the league.
He's not going to play until he's 33.
He might not. Look at even Shaq. And then granted, Shaq was the biggest guy in the court every stadium he stepped in. But Shaq still played until he's 7 or 8 years. I don't know what the fuck he was. He was old though before he finished. When he was playing with the Suns and shit. Like
right.
Forget about that, right?
He held on too long, but
he did.
Yeah.
But he still played.
Right.
Like Embiid's not gonna be Embiid ain't doing that. I don't care. Anyway, I'm sorry, Mike.
I hear what you're saying.
I talked over his stale beer.
I just don't think it's all on Embiid. I just think a lot of it is just what the NBA is now.
I hear you. No, it is.
You know what I mean?
But it's game.
But hey,
it's game 2. You know, the NBA, like that shit happens in like a game in December.
But there was a good thing. History was made.
Hay is for horses.
When fucking LeBron and his son were on the court.
Thank God for that.
On the same time.
Thank God for that.
Okay.
It was a historic moment. No one's ever seen anything like it.
You know how Bronny is the first player in NBA history to have a post-game interview on the court
without scoring a point,
without having anything.
0 on the
anything, not a rebound, an assist,
not even a foul,
a steal,
not even
a foul, a point.
It's good.
But he got his post-game interview.
Guy shouldn't be in the NBA.
Nope.
Should not be even in the NBA right now.
Oh, we got a question.
All right, so let's because we gotta move on here. Real quick, we're watching the World Series right now. I got something on that real quick, but I brought this up real. Jason Stark. Jason Stark was on.
Is it that much better than the Giants the Dodgers?
I know. I'd rather have the Mets or the Yankees and Dodgers right now, honestly.
I don't know.
The Mets and the fucking.
I'd rather the Dodgers than the Yankees. I hate them both.
Oh, you mean winning?
Right.
I'd rather have the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think the Yankees are going to win it.
I think Dodgers are going to take this. That's what I'm saying. Rather the Dodgers.
Oh yeah. But
real quick, Phillies. So Jason Stark was on 97.5 Fanatic last week, and he had 4 realistic options for the Phillies. I know, and I'm just going to hit this on real quick, and then we'll talk about the World Series and do While You Were Drunk. But Jason Stark was on with them, and he said, here are the 4 realistic options for the Phillies at left field to upgrade their left field position. Because because we hit on it last week, and we were like, oh, I don't know, what could they do?
One's
What could they do?
probably Marsh, right? Standing pat with Marsh.
No, so Anthony Santander, 105 home runs over his last 3 years. He hit 44 last season.
He can't play the field though. Is that the dude from the Orioles?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's terrible defensively.
He's only playing in right field,
right.
So that's kind of the issue. And they're thinking that he could play left field if they need to.
But he's terrible defensively.
Yeah, so he might be the, not the great option there. His average is a bit low. He's not a big swing and miss guy though. His whiff rate is 20%, or I'm sorry, his whiff rate is better than 76% of the league, and his strikeout rate is better than 66%.
Yeah, at the plate, he does everything you need him to do.
He puts the ball in play.
Right, but he can't field them.
Teoscar Hernandez is another option.
I'd be high on that.
Big power guy, 116 home runs over the last 4 years. A lot of strikeouts, so he fits right in with this fucking team. If you want something different, he's probably not your guy. He's going to do the same shit that you already have. You're doubling down on the approach, right? So there's Teoscar. Tyler O'Neill, kind of like a Schwarber type of player from the right side. He hits home runs, he walks, but he strikes out. He had 31 home runs this past year in 113 games. That's pretty good, actually.
Can he field?
He's a better fielder than Schwarber. He's won 2 gold gloves in his career.
I'd be all right with that. 31 homers, 150 strikeouts, but a gold glove.
Really good arm, not good range in the field.
Yeah, I was going to say, he doesn't sound like a fast guy.
Yeah, I mean,
but if you got someone like Rojas still playing center, he can cover up a lot of that.
And then the last guy is Jerkskin Profar from the Padres. Decent pop, but he makes very good contact.
He bats close to 300, don't he?
Yeah.
And he's got speed. He can track down a lot of balls.
Yep. Yeah, he's a good fielder.
I like Profar better. Like of all of them, like I want to I want a guy to change his things.
Yeah.
I'm almost wondering like who would be more.
You don't need another home run hitter.
No, you need a guy to hit for average.
That's
and can field.
Profar is young. He's still young. Yeah, something like that.
27.
So yeah, that's not I'm kind of with you on that. I would probably go to Profar. Rain. I think he'd be my number one target because he kind of switches things up a little bit. And think about when Turner decides he wants to start hitting the ball again and get it on base again. Think about that top of the lineup. That switches your top of the lineup up.
There's also talk that they
because you probably
they're going to seriously consider moving Schwarber out of the leadoff, which I think they should.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's also talk of putting Stott at leadoff. Which,
well, I'll tell you what, you get Profar.
You put him in leadoff.
You do Turner and Profar, and then or vice versa, and then you put Schwarber hitting behind.
Dude, I'll tell you what.
If you can move on from
unpopular opinion.
Yeah,
Turner should bat 6th or 7th.
Hey, you know what? At this point, maybe he should.
Then who? And I don't disagree with that thought, but who are you putting at 2 then?
Well, if you get Profar, you're putting him at 2.
Then who's leading off?
Schwarber
stays leading Schwarber. I
look, to be honest, I don't see a difference. Their speed. Aside from the speed, I don't see a fucking difference between, like, I actually think Schwarber's on-base percentage is better than Turner.
It is.
Right.
So for whatever reason, Turner came here and all he thinks about is popping home runs.
Right. So that guy chases pitches, strikes out a ton. Like, yeah, he's going to have a better average, but Schwarber's your home run hitter, and he has a better on-base percentage than the ultimate, like, speed, get-on-base guy. No, like, yeah, I'm not putting fucking Turner ahead of that guy. That guy's got a better on-base percentage, and he hits home runs, and he put field. Like, what advantage is Turner giving you that Schwarber's not?
Right.
So
I hear you. Right. Now, something I heard. It was Ruben Amaro. there was 2 other beat writers for the older guy for the Phillies. But it was an interview. They were doing like a virtual interview, and they were just spitballing things about Harper leading off, and their thought was. But their thought was like when the Mets put their best hitter, Francisco Lindor at leadoff, it catapulted them. Ohtani leads off.
I just don't see Turner as he does walk a lot though.
No, I mean Harper.
I mean that's what I meant. I'm sorry, Harper. He does walk a lot, and Harper does have his weak spot, but he doesn't.
He chases
He chases,
but he gives you a good at bat almost every at bat.
But when he chases, it's not. Don't confuse chasing with swinging and missing. They're 2 different things. Turner chases and misses because he's swinging at pitches out of the zone where he can't reach.
every once in a while Harper does it, but he does it with less
once
frequency.
Once in a while he will, but a lot of the times Harper will swing and miss.
More than he'll chase.
Right. Like
he just misses the pitch.
And Schwarber does the same thing.
And Harper sometimes presses because he's the only fucking guy.
Right.
And he feels like there's too much pressure on him.
Schwarber does the same thing. No. Schwarber will do the same thing as Harper.
Right.
Yeah.
So what would be
rarely so it's kind of
like
the same
what
thing,
like what would be different?
And then
the problem is who do you put in the 3-hole?
That was going to be my question.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my counter. It's like okay, cool. Like I could see the arguments for it, but you don't have anybody to
until Schwarber's not with the Phillies anymore. I continue with how it is now. I continue to leave Schwarber there because I don't think you gain anything with swapping them. To me, Schwarber's already used to being a leadoff hitter.
Right.
He's already used to coming in the games. Why put Harper? Now Harper has led off before. He's done it, but I don't see any reason to do it.
All right. Does Profar bat right or left?
He's a righty.
So it would work putting him in the 2-hole.
So the World Series right now, right? So game 1 is happening as we are on the air right now. So here are the last things the last time the Dodgers and the Yankees were in the World Series in 1981.
The Dodgers.
Mike and I were born.
Yeah.
MTV debuted, showing music videos 24 hours a day. Remember those days?
In 81?
Beyonce, Justin Timberlake, and Britney Spears were born that same year.
Yeah, that's who we share our birth year with. Awesome.
Wow. This one, the second name here is surprising me. Tom Cruise, Ben Affleck, and Kevin Costner made their film debuts.
Tom Cruise and Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck in 1981? And Kevin Costner. So how the fuck old was Ben Affleck?
He must have been a kid.
Like 3 years old? He can't be much older than us, right?
No. Ben Affleck's older than us.
Yeah, but not
Ben Affleck's
much.
like 50.
All right, but
no, I mean,
I'm 45, Mike.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's he's 7.
Gary, how about you jump on the mic? We're done talking Sixers. Come on, man. Arcade games. Donkey Kong, Frogger, and Galaga were released in 1981.
Speaking of Donkey Kong, I seen a
I gotta find out what movie Ben Affleck was in 1981.
So I seen a meme, right? And it was like, what is your source of anxiety? And it said, my childhood. And then it was Donkey Kong in the minecart. You know, that level in the minecart when it's just fucking jumping off the little tracks and shit. And it's like, That's the source of my anxiety, you motherfucker.
So Ben Affleck played a kid named Tommy in the movie called The Dark End of the Street. 2 working class white teens witness and cover up a friend's fatal fall from a roof in Boston.
So he's a teen. So he's got to be.
No, well, he wasn't one of the teens.
He was a kid.
Oh, he was a kid.
Yeah, he was a kid.
Probably a script he stole off Matt Damon.
Yeah, right. Matt Damon. Yeah, so that's what I had on the field.
It's funny. I hate Ben Affleck. He can't act. I don't care what anybody says. You're not going to convince me.
I've heard something. I got a counter for that, but I'll let you go.
But it's funny. He's in a lot of movies that I really like.
You know why?
Because he's a good. Because you like him.
No.
Because you
No.
know. Because you like him.
No.
You like him.
No.
Yeah. You
Li-
like.
listen.
You like him a lot. No.
Listen.
You listen. You like him.
Secretly, you love him.
All right,
You
so
like
why?
him. You secretly love him.
Because
You love him so
he
much.
can't be a lead actor.
He can't
But
be a
he's
supporting actor.
But no,
either.
he's a good supporting actor.
No, he's not.
That's why you like him. Because,
No, he's not. He's fucking tired. He can't act.
But as a supporting actor,
Turn that off.
No, Goodwill Hunting. I fucking. Well, actually, he was all right in that.
Wait for it. Wait for the realization.
He actually plays a decent Bruce Wayne too.
Well, that he's actually
He was a
the
good
lead.
Bruce Wayne. I didn't like.
What
him.
about the
No, I
movie?
didn't like him
I
as
didn't
Batman.
like his costume as Batman.
No, me
He
neither.
looked all fat.
Yeah,
What about the movie he was in with Jeremy Rimmer?
Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, Rimmer.
Jeremy Rimmer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jeremy
The
Rimmer.
Town.
Yeah, that's
The Town was a
No,
good movie.
no, that
Town
movie
was a good movie.
sucked.
That was a good
What?
movie.
That
You're
was
a
a
good
good
movie.
movie
Yeah.
sucked.
You're out of your
I'm putting
mind.
this whole town in my rear view. Get the fuck out of here with that.
Town was good. Departed.
He's not in that.
Affleck
Matt
was it?
Damon is.
Yeah, that's
No, we're
Ben
talking about
Affleck, isn't it?
Affleck.
That's true.
Affleck or Rimmer.
Rimmer.
Actually, Matt Damon was really good in
Hey,
that.
Matt Damon was good.
That movie was fucking excellent.
Dogma. He's all right in that.
Yeah, like the Kevin Smith movies, I could take them.
Jason. What the fuck was it called?
Chasing Amy.
Chasing Amy. Yeah.
Never seen it.
Really?
No?
Going Girl, that fucking sucked.
I never saw it. I didn't see it.
Dude, remember that there was so much hype about that
I didn't, I,
movie?
didn't, I,
Gone Girl was
didn't, I
alright.
didn't see it.
Right, huh?
Rosemary Pike?
Yeah.
I
It
thought
was-
that was good.
That movie sucked. I called that ending when we were 20 minutes in.
I didn't see it movie.
It sucked. Don't believe the hype.
Don't believe
I'm
it.
not going to see it. So.
Ooh, don't believe the hype.
Yeah.
Gary, should we do Gary's movie review?
Sure.
What movie?
do?
Oh, shit. No,
Yes.
because I haven't seen it yet.
We're not going to give things away.
Well, he already did, but
Should we do it?
Let's do it.
All right. We're going to do a quick movie review. We're going to try not to give anything away. It's been a while.
This is Corner Pub Sports Movie Review with Gary. Stay drunk or fuck you. Terrifier 3. Art the Clown. I'll eat you sick, sadistic son of a bitch, you.
smell the menstruation.
that's it. That's all you got?
Yes,
That's it.
that's it.
So,
The intro for the movie review was longer than the review.
we're just going to say this. People walked out of the theater.
Yes.
Like, people left during one particular scene. The attic scene. That's all I'm going to say. The attic scene and a shard of glass. That's all.
But don't forget about this, the
Like,
insane asylum scene.
I've never been in a movie where,
Yeah.
like, people legit walked out. Well, I've
People
been.
literally walked. This woman and two boys walked
No,
out.
I was in a movie one time, right?
But why
and,
would they go anyway?
and then at
I
the
know.
and
I know.
at the end, like the movie was over, right, son? It was Terminator 3.
Oh,
right?
God, yeah.
So I'm in a movie theater, right? And it was funny as shit, right? So the movie ends, right? And this black dude gets up. Shit was whack, dog.
I did. I got to tell you.
I'll tell you. I will. I do have one story.
Like, we're 4 scenes in. And the one scene I'm like, Jesus fucking
First of all, the opening scene. Like, I'm not giving anything away. Like, I'm not. But, like, as someone with 2 kids around the same age as those 2 kids in that movie,
yeah,
I felt a certain way. I'm like, yo, I don't know if I can sit through this. It wasn't good. Like, it's not good.
No.
And I'm like, fuck, man. I started feeling uneasy and shit.
Like 5 minutes in.
Oh, dude, opening scene of the movie. They present it like it's a fucking apparently someone's suing the movie theater because they thought it was a family film because the way it was.
Oh,
It's called Terrifier, you
fucking
fucker.
asshole. Oh, I thought it was a Christmas movie because it starts off.
And he's got the
Dude,
fucking Christmas.
No, it's all wholesome and shit.
Wait, I just want to show you. Like, they're going to show this replay again. Look at this butt. Look at that butt.
That's great.
There
butt.
not a goddamn player that's played for the
by
Phillies
the way,
in 20 years
that's
that's been able to.
By the
pull
way,
that
that's
off.
Hernandez. There's one of the players that the Phillies might be looking at.
And the guy just hopped
Hernandez.
off. It's not gonna matter.
Well,
So
all right.
it starts off all wholesome, and then it just goes sideways. And yeah, I'm like, oh man, like the scene happens, and I'm like, I'm thinking of my kids. It wasn't, and then it goes sideways, and you're like, all right, whatever.
There's one movie.
I walked out of
I've never walked out of a movie theater. Never.
I wanted to walk out of Blue Chips. I fucking hated that movie.
I thought that movie was excellent. But there's only been one movie. Now, there's been movies where I was
Jason
like,
X. I want to walk out of that one too.
right, but I just never have.
No.
But there's only one movie.
White Chicks I wanted to walk out of. I got forced to say it.
That movie's fucking great.
Actually, no.
That movie's fucking
That is
hysterical.
a fucking trash.
Yeah,
terrible
right,
movie.
dude.
Actually,
that movie's
fucking
hysterical.
terrible.
Terry Crews
Awful.
blows it up.
Actually,
Yo, when he's on the E and he's out on the dance floor and he's blowing the whistle and he's got the glow lights, dude, that movie's fucking great.
Absolutely not.
Glass.
50.
Quinn and I almost walked out of Glass.
Really?
Yeah, I fucking hated that movie, and the ending made it even worse. Fuck that. I'll never see another M. Night Shyamalan movie again.
No,
I
so-
will.
see,
I will never see
I'm
another.
and you're not the first person I've heard say
Oh,
that
my
about him,
God.
but I'm on the other side. I love M. Night Shyamalan.
Did you like that movie?
Glass was a little,
God.
but it ended well with Split.
So I didn't.
That's not how it ended. Glass was the last movie.
No, Glass. Oh,
Split was
you're right.
awesome. Split was
You're
fantastic.
right. Glass ruined it. Right.
Glass
Right,
was the last one with the water tower.
Right,
Oh,
right.
God, fuck out of here. Yeah, it's the fucking-
Mike, I said that's still. You don't like White Chicks?
No, fucking terrible.
Oh my
I never
God.
saw
I thought it was the stupidest movie ever.
I never saw it.
$50,000.
I'm gonna make a movie.
Cash.
I'm gonna make a movie called
I didn't-
Black Chicks. Let's see how that goes.
I didn't.
That won't
laugh.
go well, but
Yeah.
You know what I'm
9mm.
You know what I am saying?
The snuff film movie.
uh-huh.
I didn't walk out of that, but I went to see it with Mike Fields, and we went downtown
Oh yeah.
and seen it. I smelled puke all through the
Ah.
theater. So they didn't clean it off real well from the people that were in it
So
before.
there was what the one movie that
And it
comes
wasn't
to
even that bad.
no.
Yeah.
One movie that comes to mind that fucked me up in a movie theater. The Hills Have Eyes.
That movie was twisted.
Yo, the part when
To burn the family outside of the.
yes, but like they drew the fucking people out of the fucking RV
Yeah.
while the other two went in and raped his fucking sister.
Yeah.
Dude, that
right.
was
That
fucked
movie.
up.
That movie was wild. dude.
Another one that I almost walked out of, or that I wish I would have walked out of. The only reason I stayed in it was what the fuck is that? The horror movie where they're in the woods the whole time.
Blair Witch.
Blair Witch.
Stupid.
Oh, that was stupid though.
Yeah, like I was in college the first year, and everybody talks about, oh, Blair Witch, you got to see Blair
Such a
Witch,
great
got to see
movie.
Blair Witch. Such a great movie. Oh, and that fucking ending. That ending was like
It's
and I
fucking
sat there and I
terrible.
watched it, and I'm like,
I was the
this
same
sucks.
way. I was the same way.
Stupid.
this sucks. Like, but I'm waiting for the ending. This sucks, and I'm waiting for and then I see
Yep.
the ending, and I'm like,
This
That's
fucking
it?
stupid.
I was like, that's the scary part is the fact that he's shaking the camera and like whatever it is that
You
they're
don't know what it is.
you don't know what it is, and whatever it is that's been haunting them. Like it was
The whole
fucking
the whole
terrible.
thing was because no movie had been done like that before,
Right.
and people thought it was real.
like a documentary type.
That's why it was such a thing. That movie was fun. The second one was fucking even worse.
Yeah, well, they made it. Well, I didn't watch the second one. Why would
They
I
made
watch
like
the second
4
one?
of them or something. I don't know.
I clearly wouldn't have watched the second one. I fucking hated the first one.
And then one other one, I went to the movies and I seen the original, the first Hostel.
I like
And-
that first Hostel.
Yes, me and a friend of mine, the big fat ass one, right before we went in. So we're all stoned, and you know the part when they got him tied to the chair.
Yeah,
they got him tied
of
to the
course.
chair.
Yeah, that's what. That's probably the scene in the movie.
Right, and
Yeah.
then with the drill, and it's fucking dude. Me and my boy are fucking cracking up. We're laughing hysterically to where someone next to us was like, "What the hell's the matter with you? This is fucking graphic." And we're just laughing and laughing and laughing.
It's a fucking movie. Shut up.
Right. She wound up getting up and leaving. She didn't appreciate it, but Yeah, dude, I was just cracking up the whole time. It was fucking great.
Like that glass mirror scene in Terrifier 3. I'm like, oh my God, Jesus fucking Christ.
It's
I don't know why. I've always been drawn to torture for the sake of torture. To where the movie is just torture. Like, because.
Saw.
Like Saw.
Yeah, right. I love it. Love it.
Saw was good.
Oh, actually, so this motherfucker never saw the first Saw movie.
None of them.
He never
Really? The first?
None of
The
them.
first one's amazing.
Right. The first 3 are
The first 3 are.
all right, but the first one's fucking excellent.
You have to see the first one, dude.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason that the rest
Actually,
of
that's
them
your
are bad is
Halloween
because
movie.
it just becomes
All right.
redundant.
Right.
And
It's
it
just,
becomes the same plot over and
Right.
over
Right,
again.
But
And
that
then even
first
like
one,
even the twist, you're just like,
You want
Yeah,
to play
okay.
a game?
no,
Right.
You have to.
right. But it's worth watching for the fucking kills and shit.
Yeah.
Right.
The first one you have to watch because you have no idea what any of them are about, right? You have to watch the first one. That's your movie review for next week.
Garrett, if you could sit through
Garrett-
Terrifier, you could sit through Saw.
Oh,
the first
easily.
one's fucking
It's
excellent.
excellent because the plot, because Terrifier has no fucking plot. This has a really
This is a lot
fucking
more
good
psychological.
story. It's so good.
A
It's
lot of gore.
there's some gore,
There's
but it's more
some,
psychological.
but it's more of a psychological mind
It's
fuck.
so
where you're like,
good.
what the fuck?
dude. I saw that in the theater and I left and went, holy fuck! Like I left and everyone's jaw was dropped.
Yeah.
We were like,
the
what
only other
fuck?
movie that you and I see,
Oh god, yeah.
American History.
I know exactly where you're going with that.
You went to the movies to see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, we saw it.
God,
We
wow.
saw it in the theater, and when that movie ended, spoiler alert, it's not a happy ending. And we left. That
We walked.
fucking
I think we
theater,
walked home.
You can
we
hurt
walked
it.
home from Woodhaven. Like we walked to Woodhaven. We walked home up Woodhaven. We
Quiet.
didn't say a word
Say
for
a
like
fucking word.
15 minutes.
We were just like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Like,
There's
Jesus.
one time I
Yo,
was,
what the fuck?
there was one time I went to the movies, and after the movie, I like it. That was me and Angie. We were fucking speechless.
Yeah.
It was fucking
Debbie
Infinity-
does Dallas.
It was Infinity War.
Oh.
When
See,
you
yeah,
s-
I haven't seen it, and I don't. Yeah,
didn't
right,
see
like you
it.
didn't follow that. Like now, understand that. Like if you followed the Marvel thing up, like I haven't followed it since because that was its peak.
You
and
haven't
it's
seen
done.
Infinity Wars?
I stopped after
Damn. Did
the
just-
Avengers.
that?
Dude,
it's-
Infinity
it is-
War is one of the
I
probably the
understand, but
best superhero.
You didn't see
movie
Civil
ever made.
War?
Maybe I seen Civil War. I don't know. I think I might have stopped right around because then they kept Doctor Strange and all these different. It
don't
all
have-
got tied
I
in
mean,
together, and then I was like, I
I get it. Yeah.
Right.
it became
right.
so oversaturated in so many movies, and you had to pay attention to all these different ones for it all to come. I was just like, I give up.
Once the Avengers were over, I was pretty much
right.
done.
Like the Infinity War is probably the best superhero.
Yeah, but the
movie
thing
ever
is that
made.
I'd have to watch 6
No, you
different
don't.
movies just to see.
No,
it.
you don't. No, you don't.
Nah,
No, you don't.
nah.
Don't I
You'll
need
be
to
able
know?
to-
Don't I even know whose side or who's on?
All
or,
right, so
like,
you will
you'll
have
know.
okay. So
You'll
no, he'll have to watch. No, you'll have to watch Doctor Strange,
Yeah, he
Captain
wants to-
Marvel. He has to watch Captain Marvel.
No, you don't.
He's not gonna know who the fuck
She's not even in the
Yes, she
in
is.
Infinity War.
she is.
No, she's not.
Yeah, she is. She's in it. She's at the end.
No, she's not. That's Endgame.
That's what I was. Well, that's what I was talking about.
But
Something
Infinity
like
War. Infinity War is the better movie.
that. So you're gonna watch Infinity War, not watch Endgame? Is
Well,
that what you're gonna do?
you know.
You're not gonna see how it ends.
I mean, Mike probably would, if he does watch it, it'll be 10 years from now anyway.
That's true
so-
too.
Never.
Dave Peterson said, "I got thrown out of House of 1,000 Corpses for cheering on the clown in the meat store." All right. While you're drunk, all right, let's get to it real quick because there's actually some good ones.
I
Here.
am not drunk, man. You're trying to make me drunk.
It's time to catch up on some things you may have missed.
Do you think a six-pack is acceptable?
Wow, you were drunk.
I'm drunk and I love cats. What more
There
do you need
was
to know?
something
I don't know who to root for.
Yeah.
Before I get to the
Oh, so bright.
before I,
Fernando.
before I get to the final story, that's the story I was going to bring up. Let's start off with Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler.
You see that fucking mugshot?
Jay Cutler gets
Looks like his whole fucking career.
yeah, he fucking
A little
motherfucker
more
dies.
red and bloated.
Him and Kerry Collins.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? yeah. The whole career of the fucking I'm too good to Like who
I'm
couldn't
too good to work at my craft. I'm just going to do it on my roll.
Yeah, who couldn't tell that neither one of them were alcoholics, right? Like, you couldn't tell that,
yeah.
right? It's color. So it was great because I got to try to get him on the show. Ryan Leaf had the best retweet ever.
What do you do?
So someone's like, "This is the worst mugshot I've ever seen," and Ryan Leaf goes, "Here's mine," and retweets it. Fucking him all fucking. Like Ryan Leaf's like he knew, dude.
He owned it. Yeah.
Talk about kneeling on the sewer. Like Ryan Leaf is. I got to try to get him on. So the one I was trying to save up. Can't believe I'm fucking actually doing this.
You cocksucker.
What? What's the matter? You know what this is?
Yeah.
You're upset about this? You like
So-
the Grateful Dead?
I do.
Why?
Always have.
Phil Lesh, one of the founding members of the Grateful Dead, has died. Today, died.
Was
84?
Was he still playing?
Yeah.
He was only 84.
Something like that. Yeah, he did Phil Lesh and Friends. So it'd be
Right.
like Phil Lesh and Friends. So like he would play
Right.
like,
Yeah,
you know,
I remember that.
John Mayer would fucking jerk off.
Well, no, John Mayer was.
I used to jerk off.
Well, no, be that as it may, whatever you like.
Cunt.
I thought that was the Dead or something like that. Was that the same
Dead and,
band?
Dead and Company. Dead and Company.
Was that Phil Lesh? With
No,
Dead and
so
Company?
Phil Lesh and Friends was something else. Either way, they can all suck a big giant fucking dick in hell.
Yeah, I'm out. Like I don't care at all. I could give a fuck about
I never understood the Grateful Dead.
Me neither.
I like Dave Matthews.
So do I.
Okay, but like they're that jam. They're it's different though. They're just I don't get it.
Me neither.
I don't get Fish. I don't get Grateful Dead. I
No,
don't
me
get it.
neither.
Fucking
Like you go to this fucking
Phil
every
Lesh
song's fucking 18 minutes long,
And it's really melatonin. It's like
and you just do acid. Yes. Like no.
Peace and love, bro.
No, but the fuck.
I hope-
peace and love this.
I hope Phil Lesh and Jerry Garcia are 69 in hell.
Not going to a fucking 4-hour concert
Gary,
to hear 3 songs.
Gary, this is
It's
like,
more than fucking 3 songs.
God,
you jerk off.
7.
but wait, but this is
I actually don't hate this song.
really.
Dude, I mean,
I don't hate this song, but
that song is trucking.
oh,
Just keep on.
God,
We're
this might
driving
be-
that train high.
This
on
might
the-
be this might be the only song that I can stand.
I
Trucking.
can't, none of them.
Got
No.
my dick stuck in. I keep trucking.
Trucking, stuck it in a glory hole. I'm trucking.
Yeah. Phil Lesh.
like you, like this is boring as hell.
No, it's not, dude. It's no chill out. Lay back.
If I want to listen to Melon
Yeah, but if you-
I'll listen to Dave Matthews.
Right,
or
and if
Pink
you
Floyd.
if you gotta be high
By the way, this is
to appreciate it, like you have to be
It's
high.
not true.
yeah, it's kind of like the Doors.
It is.
It's just like the Doors.
No, it's not like
Yeah,
the
it's
Doors.
just like the
No,
It's
it's not
exactly.
like-
It is.
No,
it's
it's
fucking
not like
exactly
the-
like the fucking
No,
Doors.
no, you staying on that island by yourself.
Jim Morrison could be involved in that 69 with the two of them.
No.
Fucking
Yeah, Jim
asshole.
Morrison had like more blues and like
Right.
it was
Uh,
a lot more.
Yeah,
Well-
you're gonna go down a path.
oh yeah,
out
okay.
here.
Mother,
No, you're gonna go down
Mother.
a path here.
that's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. 18 minutes of him fucking crying.
Right, just like
Pussy.
the Silver Sun pickup, Sean. Right?
They don't do 18-minute songs.
Yeah, but they're corny.
All right.
They're fucking corny.
But they're not held on a fucking level as gods. I don't think Silver Sun pickups are gods like you
fuck
fuck.
is that?
It's a hey, thanks, Gar.
Who's that?
That's Sean's guilty pleasure.
But I don't hold them to it. They're not my guilty pleasure. But they're not. I'm not holding them to a level like fucking everyone holds fucking Jim Morrison.
I
Like
never
he's a-
said Jim Morrison's God.
Not
I just
you,
like-
but other people do.
I get it.
People look at him like he's a fucking god. He's get the fuck out of here.
It's the same thing with
Get outta here.
like the same thing with Jerry Garcia and
Same
Phil
thing.
Lesh. Like, yeah,
I don't even know
I
one
Kiss.
band member of Silver Sun Pickup's name. They come on. I'm like, all right. Don't even. Nice try. Nice try. Suck this dick.
Look how mad he's getting.
You tried too hard.
Look how mad he's
Look,
getting.
yeah, here's the band. Like the band comes out of the skeleton.
Silver Sun.
They came out of their skeleton form to fucking sing the song.
All right,
What
knock
are
it
they
the
fucking? What are they
fuck off,
fucking?
man.
Eddie
Oh my
from
God.
Iron Maiden.
You made your point. Now stop.
Fucking jerk off band.
Jerk off. Not anymore.
Fucking jerk off.
They were dead when Jerry
No,
Garcia died. Well,
they were dead when he was alive.
that's true too.
I fucking hate that band. All right, so sorry, anyone who was offended by that, go fuck yourself. How's that sound?
Sean's on a roll.
Fernando
Yeah.
Van.
And Dave Peters is probably a fan. We lost him. He's not listening no more.
Yeah, he's smoking,
Won't
listening
see
to the
him no
trucking.
more.
He's smoking
Trucking.
one, listening to the trucking.
One less fan. We had like 4 super fans and one's gone now. Thanks, Sean.
Trucking, Corner Puff Sports can go fucking. So while you were drunk, this is and I was my next story. Fernando Valenzuela died Tuesday, 1 day shy of the 43rd anniversary of his 147th pitch complete game, where the Dodgers beat the Yankees in the World Series in Game 3. Fernando Mania took over, man, back in '81. So this is interesting. So my mother-in-law actually wrote me. She goes, you know, he won Cy Young and Rookie of the Year the same year. And I'm like, damn.
Nah, he was a hell of a
And I'm like,
pitcher,
damn,
man.
I wonder how many other pitchers.
People would really be offended by that if they could understand you. If you had like your
What do you mean fuck?
mouth up to the mic.
Why fucking Gary? Why?
Well, you know what's going to be able to hear him because he's texting and his microphone.
He's mad about the Grateful Dead.
Yeah, he's all
totally.
he's all
bitter.
bitter.
Yeah.
He's all butthurt about this.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, Peterson.
Yeah, it is.
Peterson.
Like
Yeah.
butt hurts.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you guys read what Peterson said about
I can't see it.
Oh, fuck off, Dave.
fuck the dead. Fuck
Oh,
the
fuck
dead.
the dead.
Yeah,
Oh, all
fuck
right.
the dead. Well
All right,
done,
cool.
Dave.
So
You've
Fernando
going up a notch in my book.
Valenzuela,
Now you're at
1980
notch 1.
1981, won the Cy Young and Rookie of the Year.
So how many other pitchers have done it?
2 pitchers before him only.
Gary, it's
Sandy
okay.
Koufax.
Gary, it'll be
No.
all right. You will
You're
survive.
in the same.
You will
Cy
survive.
Young.
It was way before that. No. I mean, Cy Young was way before it.
Right.
No, it's so Don Newcomb and Tom Seaver were the other 2, and then after Fernando,
Hold on.
all right, Baltimore
Nomo?
Orioles pitcher, and it's not Jim Palmer.
That's where I was going to go. I can't.
Rick Sutcliffe,
Wow.
another Met in '85.
Good.
Good job.
Good.
A Tiger in 2006,
Verlander?
Verlander, yeah.
and a Met in 2014.
That's got to be the fireballer. What the fuck was his name?
There's so many of them.
No, the one. Fuck,
I forget all their names.
Mike. Fuck, what was his name?
Dave West.
Yeah, Dave West. Yeah. Mike, Gary, hold on a second.
You're gonna say the name.
You're gonna want to hear this for a second. Hold on.
You're gonna say the name, and I'm gonna be like, "Fuck."
They had like 3 of them.
Yeah, but there's
right in a
one
row.
dude.
And
that
Wheeler
was,
was like the last
I-
one.
well,
but there
can tell
was
you-
one dude that was better than all of them.
I can tell you his name wasn't Mike.
All right, did that, but they're not.
Jacob DeGrom. Jacob DeGrom is the other one. While you were drunk, we didn't get to hit on this last week, but I wanted to wait until we actually had audio of when it happened. The one of the members of One Direction passed away.
Just remember, when you're falling, you can only go in one direction.
That's true. So rest in peace.
God damn it. That's fucked up.
Abercrombie and Fitch CEO Mike. That's all I'm going to say about that because I don't know anything about One Direction.
No.
Abercrombie and Fitch CEO Mike Jeffries was arrested for sex trafficking. Let me actually just.
It was P. Diddy, wasn't it?
Let me actually fucking bring up the picture. Of this.
So all
Diddy
those,
did it.
all those pictures with the guys are all that like standing out with their without their shirt on or something outside
Yeah.
the store or something.
I just want to show. Here's
Yeah.
the audience
Yeah,
for those
that
who are
doesn't-
watching. Here's a picture of the fucking guy. Are you surprised?
Abercrombie's got an itch.
Look at this fucking guy.
Yeah.
Tell me he's not
Oh yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a lizard licker.
But
fucking goddamn fucker.
like, is
Look
it
at the
that's
fucking
like
guy.
Abercrombie? Is that surprising for it to be Abercrombie?
No.
Like of all stores, of all pompous, pretentious, like
Abercrombie and Fitch.
I like girls that wear Abercrombie and Fitch.
Boy
Boy
bands
bands
make
make
me
me
sick.
sick.
I can't wait to meet all your faggots in public. I'm gonna love it.
What song is that?
New
Eminem.
kids on the block, suck a lot of dick. That's what it was. Yeah,
What song is that?
that's an Eminem song. And then my last Why You Were Drunk story: the woman who originally recorded watch the tram car, please.
She died.
No, she's suing because she's never seen a dime from any of it. So
She's realizing it now?
yeah, I
It's
know.
been my whole life.
Yeah.
She's going to get paid.
Debbie said that's messed up. About the One Direction thing. Dave Peterson said,
Is this her first time?
One Direction death has been linked to P. Diddy.
Oh, there you go. That makes sense.
I mean, it could be.
I mean, everything else has.
Oh,
It very well could be.
If you're that slippery, you're going to fall.
There it is. It's the official audio from the FBI release.
Wasn't there something about like did he slip or did he get pushed or was there?
He fell on his dick.
Yeah, he was coming day and night.
I don't
happen
know.
to anybody.
No,
Trip,
Mike, I don't
fell,
know.
landed on his dick.
I don't, right? I don't know.
Sorry, Mike. I'm sorry, Mike. It was an accident.
If the guy's going to reach, he's going to go through your body.
So yeah, I'm just surprised that it took this long.
You feel the pressure. You've got to come
Like,
inside
why now?
that guy, and if the guy's going to reach, he's going to go through your body.
Because he tripped, fell, landed on his dick.
Laying on his dick.
No, I'm talking about the tram car thing.
The
Fuck you guys.
Okay, so I'm sorry. So that woman, sorry, we're still on that. That woman is trying to sue and get compensation because she said she was never compensated for doing it.
I know it was an accident.
And she said she'd spoken to it. She said when she recorded it, she's spoken to a microphone as a favor for a friend. Watch your tram car, please. So, there was always this discussions like, okay, do they scrap it and redo a new one? So I guess my question to you guys is like, if they were to do a new one, who would you want to do?
Well, I mean, she was an arrogant bitch. What's a tram car, please?
All right, but I guess she's suing, but has that made them any money? That actual
I want to hear Christopher Walken.
The sound.
They're using her likeness.
It's a tram car.
Yeah, but I mean,
Get out of the way.
Are they using? Are they using her likeness to make money?
So apparently, all they've given her was tram car tickets over the years.
Okay,
that's all they've given her.
But I'm just saying.
Has she watched the tram car?
It'd be funny if she got hit by one.
You're right.
I didn't recognize the sound of my own voice.
But how could you put a monetary value on? You're not. Did they use it? How have they made money off of watching?
Oh, Dave Peterson said Johnson.
They hit that they haven't lost money because nobody got run over by it.
That's true.
Because they were watching the tram car.
Oh, so it's like the lawsuits that they could have
that they've avoided.
Okay, and you could have put a monetary value on that.
Yeah.
How much?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It all depends on who your lawyer is.
How much? You know how much? $5 for 10 darts to shoot at a balloon.
Okay.
On the boardwalk. That's
Anyway.
how much.
They changed the voice.
So who would you want to?
Morgan Freeman.
What? Yo, by the way, have you heard my voicemail yet?
You should call Sean.
Yeah,
Actually, you should do it on air.
Yeah, we should do it. Hold on first. Before that, Dave Peterson said Johnson & Johnson baby oil sales have fallen off 80%.
I stuck my big black Johnson.
Now Samuel Jackson would be a good
down
one.
this goddamn.
It would be fun. Watch the motherfucking train car. All right, so Ryan's gonna call me. I'm not gonna answer my phone. I'm gonna reject the call, and you'll hear my new voicemail. And all I want to say is you're welcome because this is fucking.
I'm tired of watching this motherfucking tram car.
Watch the motherfucking tram car. Why is it taking so long to call me? Should I be one of your favorites, motherfucker? I got it.
You're not on the speed dial.
Oh yeah, you got to do it. Shit, yeah, you got it. All right, I'm gonna reject it. Ready?
Apparently, you've gone to voicemail. Sometimes it makes me sad, though, not being able to take your call. I have to remind myself that some birds aren't meant to be caged. Their feathers are just too bright. But for now, wait for the beep, leave a message, and get busy living or get busy dying.
Oh my God.
Or you can text me. I'll probably get back
phone.
There's something wrong with you.
Yo,
Dodgers
you
tied the
told
game.
yo last week I was on the phone with him. He said, "Dude, you should call me. Check my voicemail." I said, "All right." So we get off the phone. I call back, dude. I hear Morgan Freeman. I'm in the car. I fucking lost it, dude. I was dying. I'm driving down the road. It's Morgan fucking Freeman.
You
ever suck some dick for marijuana?
All right. I think that's going to call it a show. It was a good one. Yeah, it was close.
Yeah,
I'm trying to close
2.5 fucking hours.
Yep. All right. To close this out, why not?
And remember, people, when it comes to gravity,
really,
there's only one direction.
There's only one direction. We will see you guys. We'll see you guys next Friday night. Mike, play us out.
Penis out.
Touch of gray.
Gary, it's all right. You will survive.
You will.
You will get by.
All right. Podcast is over. Man, dude.
You were here last week. Shut the fuck up.
All right, let's end that. Shutting that off. God damn, I hate that band. Actually, I wonder how Jason Myrtetus feels about it. I have a feeling he fucking hates that band.
There's absolutely no way that he likes that
He
band.
gets down with the Grateful Dead.
No.
You know what's funny?
He's a metal guy.
You know what? Yeah, he's a metal guy. You know what's funny? Remember when his screen went to a goalie?
Yeah.
You know what he was doing?
No.
He was putting fucking dip in.
Oh, is that what he was doing?
Yeah.
Why don't you just leave it on?
I guess he doesn't want the wrong person to say it.
Because I'm like, you are? Oh, yeah, I'm here. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he was putting dip in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good for him.
Well, that makes sense.
We got more people watching now during boner coverage.
Yeah,
than
what
during
the
show.
fuck? Where were you during the show?
Boner coverage is when everybody that's.
Oh, wait, hold on. We got
that's
2 comments. I
Jason.
guarantee one of them is Jay going, yep, boner coverage.
Jay, do you have a boner?
Ah,
Can you still get a boner?
fuck the dead.
That's awesome.
Dave Peterson, question about your book. I want to purchase a hardback copy and have you sign it. Again, on Amazon and send it to you. Yeah, that's probably the best way, Dave. Get on Amazon and then I'll shoot you my address and then I'll send it to you. And I'll pay for shipping. All right.
Why doesn't he? Why doesn't he buy it? He could buy it and send it to you. Just buy it
Actually,
to your
yeah,
address.
Dave. Actually, that's the way to do it. So I'll send you my address. Buy it, send it to me, and then I'll get your address. I might still have it actually from before when you want a contest.
But whatever you want to do, Dave, you could also send it to me, and then I'll get it to your brother if that works better. Like whatever works for you.
It actually makes more sense to just do that because he can send something on Amazon to me
To write to you,
Yeah,
and then
so
you
Dave,
mail it to him.
Dave, do that. So when you go to buy it, I'll shoot you my address, buy it, ship it to me, and then I'll sign it and then I'll send it to you. All right. That'll be the best way to do it, I think. The cleanest way. Don't listen to Ryan. He doesn't fucking know what he's talking about. He's
Fuck you.
Grateful
You wouldn't even know Dave if it wasn't for me. So fuck you.
I would have met him.
No, you won't.
Yeah, with my book.
No, you won't.
I would have met everybody with my book.
Ah, there it is.
There it is.
There it is. How do you even
Ah!
fit through the fucking door anymore?
He was like that promo I used on Wednesday with the kid with the big fucking head. You see that? The kid, the college football game. You didn't see that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't have more. I need more knowledge in my head for CPS this week. Dude, that was. I couldn't believe that was a real picture. That was a legit real picture.
Yeah.
That fucking kid. Someone wrote that. That reminds me of someone I would beat up in the frat house or something. Someone wrote. I don't know.
There's like $2 billion on this field. It's annoying.
Oh, well, the Dodgers tied it up.
Yeah.
Yep.
The $1 billion guy got a double, and then there was an error, and he got the third.
Here's the thing, man. Like this game,
They're
series,
buying the World Series.
this series to me comes down to the Pens.
Okay, if the Phillies bought a World Series, would you care?
No.
Right.
All right, but we didn't. And I hate these teams.
Yeah, I hear you, Mike.
The sad part is when the Phillies won the World Series, they didn't buy that team.
No, it's homegrown.
A lot of that team was homegrown.
The core.
There's
Utley, Howard, and Rounds.
They
And
got
Hamels.
They don't know how to draft.
somewhere along the lines. The Dodgers have to be able to they're going to have to pay the price for $700 million. At some point, they're going to have to
For Ohtani.
pay their sins.
They will.
I don't know. You kept saying that about the Eagles, and how he just continues to kick the can down the road.
Yeah, but it's different. There's a salary cap in football.
Actually, I had a discussion with the guy, John, on I was on a podcast this week called Tell Me About Your Book on Wednesday. Great comment. It was awesome. Like the guy, and he asked really good questions. And he said, what was something along the lines of like, how come teams don't, like, how do the sports teams continue to go on and like this and that? And I said, well, the salary cap.
Oh, he talked about the revenue
the
sharing,
revenue
yeah.
sharing and stuff. And I said, but baseball's one that they don't, and Oakland just left. You know, Oakland's leaving, and hockey kind of has that issue too. Like Nashville, right? Like hockey wasn't. Oh, is that gone? Yep. Fucking prick. Oh, no, it was a double. Ground rule double.
Was it?
Is that what he's calling? Yeah, he's calling a ground rule double. It looked like a home run to me.
Looks like fan interference.
They're playing in.
Oh yeah, that's fan interference.
That's yeah, it's a double. What an asshole!
It was going to be a double anyway, probably.
Yeah, but what an asshole! Oh, dude,
No, that's a double. That wasn't going over the wall.
Oh man,
that's close. That's really close.
There's no reason
That could have been a home run. I mean, it might have hit the top of the fence, but you don't know. If it's not top of the
look at
fence-
him. He's telling his son, "Let's go." They got kicked out.
The Dodgers
asshole.
The Dodgers fan actually saved them.
Dodgers.
Whatever you called them.
Oh, that was the Yankees. Where is the game? Is it in
It's in
LA?
no, it's in LA, and the fucking Dodgers fan did. Dumb fuck.
Well, no, I
He
mean,
actually helped
he-
them.
Yeah, he did help him. It wasn't going to be a single.
Probably a triple the way it was going to bounce off the wall.
That would have been a double.
A double,
Yeah.
probably, but it could have been a triple.
So everybody said there was send. Let's get out. We're leaving.
Well, I mean, they're getting kicked out.
Yeah.
Soto's up though. That's dangerous.
Peterson said, "I always wanted to see the Phillies and A's in the World Series, but ... Anyway, so that was something that was asked.
So about the Phil. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, so he asked him about that whole thing. And I said, well, there is a luxury tax and this and that, but the truth is, like, the big market teams in baseball are going to continue to be a big market team. I got to be honest, like the Phillies, to me, I don't really see any reason why they can't continue to compete for the foreseeable future.
No, because as long as they're willing to keep spending money.
The fan that they got that stadium 20 years ago, and they had the homegrown talent. They won the World Series, and then ever since then, they chased, and then the contracts wore out, and then they went for 6 years with struggling, and now we're right back where we were. Like, but they're bigger spenders than they were
Right
ever
as long as
in their
they're
history. This is the most they've ever spent,
right
ever.
As long as they're willing to keep doing that, they should be relevant.
Well, they spent money on the pitching, but they did that a little bit now too.
Well,
but
but even then, they traded for Cliff Lee, and they
Yeah, but then
traded
they-
for Halladay.
But then they traded for Cliff Lee the first time, and then they signed him to a
Well, and
huge
then they signed.
contract.
But they traded for Halladay.
But did they re-sign Halladay?
No, they traded for him, and he was here, and then that was it.
Well, they were paying for a salary.
They
I'm
also
sure it was top of the.
Traded for Oswald.
Traded for Oswald, yeah. Bland, man.
But as long as they're willing to keep spending money, they should be relevant.
Yeah. But the only problem that the Phillies are going to have is that all these long some of them are long contracts.
Harper and Turner,
they're eventually going to be problematic.
I don't think Harper will, because as that contract goes on, the money gets less and less.
Does it?
Stays healthy.
It does. As long as he stays healthy, But even still, like what?
Why are you putting more in?
Because they're cold. I'm just
What
gonna,
year-
take the other ones
I'm gonna
out?
wash them all.
So he just finished his what? 6th year here, 5th year.
2019 was his first year.
So his 5th year.
Yeah.
So once he finishes like his 8th, 9th year, the market value you're paying him significantly lower.
Does it?
Yeah.
Well, okay. I'd have to look at
Like the money keeps dropping and like it was all front loaded.
I didn't realize it was front loaded. Okay.
Like when you're in year 8 or 9 of that contract, you're only paying them like 22.
Okay. Which is still a lot.
Yeah, Peterson,
Right, that's a lot of money, but in baseball aspect, it's not.
Peterson said,
You know what I mean?
Middleton's
It's a lot to dump. But
willing to
I
open
get
his
it. You know, like
right.
He's willing to open his wallet. Hope he does this offseason. I don't think he will. I think they're gonna roll.
You
with
think they're in the running at all for Juan Soto?
I don't think so. I think he said it.
Yeah, he already said. What I think they're gonna do is get mid-level guys, and that's what
I think they should
That's what
do,
they
yeah.
should do. They
Like,
don't.
I
they
think
don't
I like
need any more
Profar.
stars on this team right now.
Profar and more bullpen or like upgrades on bull. I don't know.
You got to get an everyday starter in left field. You have to, or center field, one or the other.
Yeah.
I'm fine with Rojas being your everyday starting center fielder. I am not okay with Marsh playing every other day. He can't hit. And I know Rojas can't. It isn't a great hitter either, but Rojas is so good defensively. Like he changes games in center field.
Well,
He is
I don't
good.
like either one of them.
He is a good defensive.
But
But that's what he should be, defensive
replacement. type
replacement.
guy.
He's not a.
But it's going to be tough to replace both of them in the same year.
Right. So that's what I mean. So like
I'm okay with one of them still being here.
right, you can't have both of them.
Well, all right,
and I'm all right with keeping Marsh for like a bench player.
But the other thing is that like, and I know it's a pipe dream, but it's not going to be this year. But maybe by next year, Crawford's ready.
And where are you putting him?
That's your center fielder.
No, he's not. He's a shortstop.
He's an infielder. Yeah.
I thought that he was. I thought that he could play outfield.
No, he's a shortstop. That's why they're kind of. The only way you can bring him up is if Stott's not here because you signed Turner.
I thought that they could play him. I thought that they were considering moving him to center field.
As of right now, he's still a shortstop.
You're telling me that I feel like they have somebody waiting in the wings in the outfield.
Don't know.
Actually, no. Justin Crawford is a center fielder.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're thinking of J.P. Crawford.
Oh, I'm thinking of JP. I'm
20 years
sorry.
old.
He's not ready though. He just moved up to Double-A last year.
Well, I'm not saying for 2025. I'm saying in 2026.
Yeah. You got to believe by 2026 they're going to.
You're that's I said I know this is a pipe dream. Maybe Rojas, like maybe you just kind of like hold off and wait and hope that he's the guy.
Hope so.
My search history because of this show. Jesus Christ. Abercrombie and Fitch sex trafficking. Fucking
the shit that pops up on
yeah,
Facebook.
Oh God, yeah. New kids on the block suck a lot of dick. All the boy bands make me sick. I can't wait to meet you in public. I'm gonna love. That's what he says. Yeah. So, I've been drinking these all night, and
your stomach not bothering
I'm
you?
okay. Yeah, dude, it's the carbonation.
See how you feel tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jason May says, imagine searching boner coverage. He's right.
I'm not searching that. I wonder if CPS would come up. I mean, you got a bunch of fucking crazy shit on your phone.
Yeah, it might as well, right?
Yeah.
Jay's still listening?
Yeah, Jay's on. Boner coverage.
This is going to be bad.
Yeah, it is.
But Sean's going to do it anyway.
3 ways to hide an erection.
Put a pillow over it.
What is erection all risk? What is included and what is not included?
What?
Penile erection function, duration, and how it works. Yeah, we're not getting boner coverage on our fucking.
Oh my god.
No, it's AI overview. Erection all risk insurance. This insurance policy covers any losses or damages that occur in the installation of machinery or equipment in an office or factory. What?
The fuck?
It protects against financial losses that results against mishaps during installation, such as physical damage to equipment, liability, third party. Wow, so that's a way different. That's called boner coverage. What the fuck? That's a real what? That's what AI picked up.
That's
Wow.
somebody. That's somebody like creating like an
Yeah.
insurance.
I
like,
think someone's trying to shut us out. That's what I think they're doing.
Yeah, they're trying to get our fucking
Yeah.
fuckers.
We should copyright boner cover. You know what I mean? Copyright boner coverage. That's what we should do.
Yeah, that would fix everything.
$300.
fix everything. Fix what?
I want us to be the first search on boner coverage. That's some
SEO
insurance.
optimization.
Jason says Child Protective Services has that algorithm, boys. All right, man.
See you, man.
All right.
Sean's got fucking enough. Sean's got enough bullets to fucking take out a fucking.
Yeah, they're all in here. Here's my drink tonight. Bullets. That's badass looking, actually. Drinking a cup full of bullets.
Now, does that do you think it actually works?
I got to put more in next time. The two
doesn't work.
It got cold, so they're saying add 2 for cool taste or 6 for extreme chill. So, I think next time.
But the problem is 6, you get one drink and then you're fucked.
That's kind of it, right?
Yeah, but I mean that's
Yeah, you get one. You get one.
like who
drink
drinks one?
Yeah.
Who does that?
Yeah, who drinks one? Yeah, 7 whiskeys is good. One.
Instead, you need what you need. You need is a solid.
This is my third
brick.
or fourth one.
I don't know. I'm not fucking counting.
Fourth one, something like that. I'm feeling all right. I got an interview at 9:45 tomorrow morning.
I thought it was 10.
Now they moved it up.
Even better.
Yeah, I'll be all right. Now, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm on a podcast tomorrow called The Stretch, this is pretty wild. It's a self-help podcast, and the hosts, one of the hosts, actually reached out to me about the book, and he went to school here in Philly in the early 2000s, while the Sixers, Eagles, all the Flyers made their runs, and he became a Philadelphia sports fan, and he thought it was intriguing. And dude, I listened to their podcast, like it's polished, clean, like it's like A+. Like they do it nice. And tell me about your book. The one I just did was same situation. Very polished, very clean. Like, and I kept it that way. You watched the video part of it, and I'll have to do the same thing tomorrow. But hopefully, I'm not, hungover.
Yeah, I got my daughter's. Well, see, here's the thing. My daughter had stayed home from school today.
Yeah.
Fed a little, had a fever last night, and then stayed home today. Raspy voice. After going to the doctor's earlier when she was like seemingly fine, and then like an hour later she was bad. It like not bad,
Well,
not terrible, but
you know how it goes.
Yeah, it's
the kids do their thing. They're like, yeah.
And since we're off like live coverage, my wife's a fucking hypochondriac. So she has a temperature of 100.6 and 100.4 tonight. Tactically
106.
100 point.
Oh. Jesus Christ, 106 should be going to fucking hospital.
Well, 106, I probably wouldn't be here right now.
No.
Well,
Jesus.
I definitely wouldn't be here right now, but 100.6 and 100.4. 100.4 is technically a fever. If she feels okay tomorrow, I say she should go to the game at noon.
I don't think she's.
You don't think she's going to feel good?
Dude, that's not sounding good. Like, if she has a fever tonight, like that.
But 100.6 isn't like It's barely. It's
Was she Michael Jordan? Is she Michael Jordan flu game? Is that what you want?
that's a fucking loot.
You want some Michael Jordan flu game action?
Absolutely.
Is that what you're saying, Mike?
Yes.
God damn.
100.6 isn't the flu game.
The kid's soccer game. Fucking.
It's the playoffs.
Playoffs. She don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? She don't care. Yeah, shit's got rough. Fucking kid games have gone.
Double elimination. I get it, but
it's going up.
Yeah, suck it up.
Get some action on that motherfucker.
Yeah.
All
So
right,
you disagree? You think she should stay home?
dude, she wakes up feeling like shit. You can't force her to go.
Well, I'm not going to force her to go. She feels like
Yes,
shit.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
99.9 fever. The fuck? Put your fucking uniform
That
on.
99.9 is not a fever.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It is.
100.4 is a fever.
It's a mild grade fever. 99.9 is still a fever, dude.
100.4 is what registers as a fever.
I'll get a fever for you.
Yeah.
Or cowbell. It's a low grade fever. I'm not the fucking public school system. I'm telling you 99.9 is a fever.
Okay.
Back when I was a kid, that's what it was.
You go to school if it's 100.3.
Yeah, I went to school anyway.
Well,
yeah, I remember one morning.
Would you play with 104? 100.4?
No.
You wouldn't play baseball?
If I had a fever and I felt like
Well, if you felt like shit, but I mean,
that's what I'm saying. If I have a fever, guess what? I feel like shit. Like,
well, it depends on how you feel. You could have 100.4.
So you're asking me personally. So I don't get sick often.
Right.
When I get a fever, I'm done. Honestly, that's how me personally, yes, I would not be playing.
No.
I'd be down and out and down for the count. Like I'd be in bed and yeah, because I get the chills and shivers and all that shit.
Yeah, I haven't.
I can't.
I had COVID twice and I didn't have any of that. I took a nap for a couple, an hour.
My first bout with COVID, I thought I was gonna fucking die. The one night, I literally that night, I thought I was gonna fucking die. I struggled, babe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not I'm not
with a fear, and I sweated it out. That was the night I sweated it all out.
Right.
I was like, and then the next day I went, holy fuck, I feel so much better. Like it was bad.
Yeah, I mean, but if the kid's up, the kid woke up in the most pleasant mood this morning.
We got someone with some
knowledge.
Well, I'm not gonna say knowledge, with some sense. Wait till morning. If she feels better, let her go. But inform her coach that she should only be used if necessary.
If she feels good enough, she should only be used if necessary.
Well, basically what he's saying, if she feels better, let her go.
Right.
But inform her coach she should only be used if she's necessary. Yeah, you can't. If she has, if she wakes up and she doesn't feel good, she's not going.
Right, I agree.
If she wakes up and she feels okay, but she still has a fever or something,
Well, no, I'm saying if she has 100.4,
she's not
tomorrow,
going to wake up and be 98.6 tomorrow. I guarantee you that's not going to happen.
No, but if she's 99.4, 99.6,
But she's 99.2.
Then she goes. Assuming that she feels up to it.
Damn, you're fine. Fucking Michael Jordan to soccer, man. Fucking get her out there.
I don't think it's that bad. She was she didn't look. She was a little lethargic.
It's fucking. You know what? My honest opinion, it's a little league soccer, and she's 8, 9 years old, right? So yeah, I'd be like, nah, fuck it.
This is her first experience in the playoffs of any sport at all.
I'm trying to think of a player. Allen Iverson didn't make the playoffs for 5 years.
Okay.
Actually, it is true. He was 5 years into his career before he made the playoffs. Sometimes the greats have to wait a little bit. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know.
They have to wait.
I don't know if she's going to be great.
I'm saying, I'm trying to think of a fucking player here. Wait.
Look,
forever.
I mean, I'm not saying that if she wakes up and she feels
it's a
like
tough,
lethargic, like
tough situation. Jay, chime in because I know you're still watching. Jay, chime in. All right.
if she doesn't feel up to it, I'll ask her.
I like Peterson's thing here. You know,
But then you're saying that like she goes, but she doesn't really.
she goes and she
play.
sits on the bench, so she can still experience it, and she can play if she's needed. You know, I like it. I think that's a good idea. I think it's fair.
Asking me about the podcast tonight. It's 11:15.
Yeah. It was fun. Thanks. Jesus Christ. He probably sent it 7 hours ago, and your fucking phone did it.
That's possible too. Fucking piece of shit.
Fucking bullets. I don't know, man. It's a tough call.
She already missed 3 games this year.
Did she have a fever?
Well, no, but she missed last Sunday's game. So she missed practice last Wednesday. Then she was on and off about playing Saturday, but she had pictures Saturday. So you had to get the pictures done. And then she fell off to playing Saturday. And Sunday, we went to the Halloween party Sunday, and then she woke up, and I was like, what do you think? And she said she didn't feel like playing. So we didn't play last Sunday. We went to practice Wednesday. And now, like, it's been going on for like 2 weeks now.
So what Dave's saying is that's rough. A fever takes a lot out of you. That's why I say the fever's gone. Let her go to the game, but only use her if necessary. That's the way she's with her teammates. Gets to feel the playoffs. I'm kind of with Dave on this. Like, and again, that's just my experience with a fever. Like,
right,
dude, it takes me like 2 days to kind of recover from that. Like, I don't feel right, and let's be honest, she has had a tendency of being a little overdramatic anyway.
Right.
I don't want to say overdramatic, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah.
See how she feels.
Right. I mean,
she wakes up and she feels fine and she's fucking running around. Then put her in. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play.
Yeah, and that's.
I'm ready.
I guess the problem is that it's at noon, so like she's going to be up probably not until like 9:30, 10 o'clock. It's going to be a short time to even figure out if she's.
Yeah, she'll tell you.
Maybe I tell her like, "Hey, go to the game." Maybe you're right. Maybe I tell her, "Hey, go to the game, see how you feel."
Yeah. Sit with them.
Assuming she doesn't have the fever, but
they'll win. They'll win, and she'll.
Well, I mean, it's double elimination, so she could play again tomorrow.
Yeah, she'll get to play. Yeah, she'll get to play again. Yeah.
But I mean, it's going to be the same shit tomorrow too, or it'll be the same shit Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah, but it's 2 days removed. Dude, if she had a fever tonight, I have a bad feeling she's going to still feel like shit tomorrow, personally. But you never know.
But she had 102 yesterday, and now it's 100.6 at the worst today. So it's definitely gotten better. We said we had her stay home the rest today. I just don't know how long this fucking thing lasts. Like, how long does it's been since last Wednesday. It's like 10 days.
Yeah, it shouldn't. Yeah.
I don't get it. Like, is it like she's been taking like
it shouldn't last
Motrin and Robitussin and like
Robitussin.
I don't know how long. Like,
try Windex.
No.
Rub some Windex on it.
No, but she has that icy hot or whatever.
Yeah.
What do you call that shit?
Yeah, icy hot. Yeah.
No, it's not icy hot. It's something else.
I thought that's what it was. Icy hot. Isn't Robitussin?
No, Robitussin's the thing you
that
drink.
fucking shit you drink. What's that thing? Yeah, you rub on it. Yeah, it's not icy hot. Yeah, what the hell is that called?
Vicks.
Yeah,
the
Vicks vapor rub.
Yeah.
Yeah, vapor rub. Yeah, man, I don't like that. I don't like that stuff.
The smell gets to you.
Dude, and you take a shower and it still sticks with you.
Yeah. It's like the gel.
Nasty.
Yeah.
I think Jay fell asleep. Debbie said Vicky. I said Vicky because I'm looking at Vicks.
Vicks, yeah. There you go.
Debbie said Vicks. Debbie, I signed your book for you, all right?
So So Jay begged us for this coverage.
Yeah, he might. Yeah.
He said 5 or 10 minutes is all I need. Like for 2 weeks, all I heard about is this. I stay on. We got shit to do. We stay on, and this motherfucker's not on.
He could be.
No, he'd be commenting.
Could be.
Damn it, Jay.
Yep, Jay's on.
Oh, he is on.
Yeah, Jay's on. Yeah.
All right, did he finally comment?
No, I know. I can see that he's on.
Well, why is he not commenting?
I don't know. Jay, what's your
Is your fingers broken? What's going on here, Jay?
You know what? He fell asleep with the phone in his hand.
He fell asleep with the phone in his hand. It's still on, but
he's pissed out.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That was a fun show tonight. Just to recap real quick, Jason Myrtetus was, as always, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
He's a great guest as always. I didn't want to keep him, man. Like it's Friday night, you know what I mean? He doesn't have hockey tonight, like and I think he appreciated that. It wasn't like he was like, nah, let me stay on.
Yeah, he was.
He's like, all right.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. He's
I mean, it's interesting because he works for the Flyers, but so he didn't trash them, but he's never gonna trash
I've never heard him trash.
No.
I've never heard him trash the Flyers because he knows their weakened spots and he knows what their issues are. And
why did the guy stop?
Yeah, I don't know.
That was weird. We're just watching the World Series and like the ball was hit up the middle. The guy dove, made a stop, was going to get the guy at second. But the guy stopped. Like if he would have ran through, he would have been safe.
That's really weird. Oh wait, was there one out?
There was one out.
Because he wanted that run to score, but that is weird.
Yeah, but what is him stopping?
Yeah, what does it matter? Yeah, it shouldn't matter.
It's going to be a force out at second either way. Like it.
Yeah, I don't understand that, but whatever. What do I know?
Yeah.
Fucking Dodgers.
I don't know who to root for in this. Like I legit don't know who to.
I'd
root
rather have the Dodgers win. Honestly,
Yeah, but they spent all that money. Like they're getting rewarded for spending that
So
money.
the Yankees.
I know.
He's got Soto.
Well, I mean that's what makes it hard.
That's what she said.
This is a really good game.
Yeah. 10th inning, right? Is that we're in?
Yeah, 10th inning.
10th inning, 2 outs.
The
All right,
Yankees were up 2-1, and the Dodgers came back in the 8th or 9th.
We'll hang out until the end of the game, and then the end of the 10th at least.
Yeah, we'll see.
Sound good?
Yeah.
There's 2 outs. I mean, they should get him out here. Yeah, I mean, this is probably what the World Series is going to be like. I think the series goes 7, no matter what. I can see it's at least 6. At the very least, it's going 6 games. These two teams are so evenly matched. And honestly, it probably was the best matchup.
They're the top 2 teams.
Yeah, it was probably the best matchup you could have had.
Yeah, I mean they're the 2 best teams money can buy.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, right. Yeah, seriously.
And the 2 biggest markets, everybody gets, national media loves it, but it's just everything that I hate again about the big city teams and.
Well, there you go. He struck him out.
Buying a championship.
Up by 1. Dodgers have a chance. Damn. The Yankees have out hit them 10-5.
Yeah.
Dodgers only have 5 hits. Wow. Well, here you go. This is what it comes down to. It's gonna be interesting. Interesting bottom of the 10th. This is big because the Yankees take game 1. It's a huge advantage to them. In LA, because now the pressure's on the Dodgers that you have to win at home, right? But if the Dodgers win the night, it flips the script, and the Dodgers that pressure's not is
They
totally on
still
them.
want to win both games at home.
You do, but if you lose game 1 at home,
Game 2 is almost a
oh,
must
you
win.
have
Yeah.
to win. Like you have to win at home. Yeah, absolutely.
I forget if they do the. I think they do 2-2-1-1-1. Right? It's not 2-3-2. Is it?
Yeah, it's
2-3-2?
Yeah, 2-3-2.
Is it still? Is it all sports that are 2-3-2 anymore? I'm almost positive hockey's 2-2-1-1-1.
I don't remember. I don't remember what hockey is.
Because wasn't it like the fact that, especially last year, with them traveling from like Miami to Edmonton?
Let me see. What is the hockey?
Might only be the finals. I don't know.
It's 2-2-1-1-1.
Yeah,
Yeah. In hockey.
because that went 7, and they had to travel back and forth from Edmonton to Miami all those times.
Oof, that's pretty rough. Edmonton's, yeah. Actually, Jason talked about that tonight. How Edmonton's the team that probably has to travel
Yeah,
all over Vancouver.
I think Edmonton's further.
I mean, Vancouver's West Coast, right above Seattle.
I think Edmonton's up above it though.
Yeah.
I think that they said. I think I remember
It's
when they.
Edmonton's the team that travels the most.
Well, not that, but like they said that the furthest point for two hockey teams, was Miami and Edmonton. That's the furthest that you could travel for. Like the furthest away that the two teams that.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what the fuck I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Dave, no worries, dude. Like, are you kidding me with that? You don't have to apologize for anything for missing the show. Like, and you know, our thoughts are with you, man. I saw your post.
Oh, I didn't say it yet, but
it would have been his 40th anniversary.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Well,
so
congrats.
yeah,
like, you know,
cheers to you, man. We love you, Dave. I saw it, dude. I saw your post about it, and I felt bad, dude. It's sucks, man. I hope you're doing all right.
yeah, I mean, our show is not by any means an obligation or like
No,
our
of
show
course
is our show is supposed to be an outlet. Our show is supposed to be something that you enjoy. Like it's not something that you need to stress over.
Yeah, no, of course, and he knows that. He just, I was only breaking his stones on it because I said to him, I said, we haven't seen you in a while,
Oh, well, yeah.
and then he jumped on. So,
Well, I mean, that's more of like a we miss you type thing.
yeah,
you know.
that's exactly what that is. 100%. No, dude, Dave, thoughts are with you, brother. Yeah, rough week here too, man. Oh, that's one
There's
out.
one, yeah.
One out. Yeah, my thoughts are out to a friend.
Oh yeah.
Family that I've known for 25 years now, which is crazy. And I went to school with the guy, so actually I've known him longer than that.
I actually didn't talk to him at all.
You didn't really know. I
didn't really know him in school.
I remember
no.
him in school. Yeah. Yeah, passed away last week, so I had to go to viewing this week. It sucked. But it's the family hopefully is doing okay and best they can, and life sucks sometimes, man. I don't know what else to say, honestly. It's an unfortunate situation.
Yeah.
There, so. All right, so there we go. Ohtani, there we go. 2 batters away. There's the graphic. 2 batters away.
Yep.
Ohtani is 2 batters away. Like, why do they do that? That's ridiculous. Did you see that they were doing that with other Fox networks? Like, you'd be watching FS1.
Oh yeah.
It would pop up like you're watching tennis. And it'd be like, oh, Ohtani's 2 batters away. So like they would hope you would flip over to see
Right.
Ohtani bat. They actually gotta hope that this guy gets on base. Like they need someone on base here.
Well, this is a legit time when Ohtani 2 batters away. There's 1 out.
Yeah.
Ohtani represents the winning run.
Yeah.
And there's a 3-1 count. And he walked him.
Oh boy!
Ohtani, unless there's a double play,
Unless
Ohtani
it's
gets his
double play.
chance.
And there he is on deck. Oh boy, dude, can you imagine if Ohtani hits a game-winning home run, game 1 of the World Series?
After the game tying double that became that he got to third base on an error.
Pitch and change? No, that's not true.
Or is it? I don't know. Nah, it's just a meeting. Yeah.
Oh, this could be interesting. This could be a very interesting end to this game here. Edmonds, the next guy up for the Dodgers. A pitch and talk.
So Edmund, I guess he's a 9-hole hitter, so he's probably not projected to do much.
So funny. It says Jay's watching, but I don't see a goddamn thing from him.
Yeah, Jay fell
Yeah,
asleep.
he passed out. He's got the phone and his head's back.
Dude, tell him, I will never let you force me to do boner coverage again.
I mean, granted, I'm having fun. Like, we're just hanging out and talking, and then people are tuned in. That's cool. You know, we're just hanging out and drinking the rest of our drinks and watching the end of this baseball game. And,
yeah.
That's
not a strike.
That was a strike.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
No, fuck that.
Caught the outside corner.
No, it fucking missed.
Called a strike on you.
What the fuck does that even mean?
I don't know. Makes more sense than anything Gary said tonight.
Well, it's probably true. Can't argue with that.
That fucking guy walks away and starts yelling. Like, get on the microphone. You want to talk? Get on the mic.
Well, we were talking about the Sixers, so he was.
No, we weren't at that point. We were talking Phillies.
Well,
we were talking baseball for a good. Dave Peterson said, "I like boner coverage." Thanks, Dave.
I appreciate it, but the thing is Dave, like you're messaging me like on Messenger and stuff. Jay's texting me, "You got to do boner coverage. I missed it last week. I don't know what I'm. Just give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes in my weekend, I'll be like complete. Just please." And I do boner coverage, and he's fucking not on.
He's sleeping. He's passed out. Boner coverage.
And if he might like actually like find a way to fast forward and listen through, he's going to hear all this.
And then he's going to act like he was there the whole time.
Oh no, there's no way that he could.
Oh yeah, I was there. I just on my keyboard, I need to change the batteries.
Yeah, it'll be. You see what had happened was
I lost the internet. I lost the internet connection. I couldn't contact you guys.
Oh,
no!
it got through!
Oh boy!
Oh, he slipped! Oh my god! What is going on?
First and
Did
second.
he trip over the bag?
First and second, 1 out. Ohtani is up. Oh boy!
But it should be first and third.
It should be first and
If
third.
oh wow, it'd be first and third with 1 out.
Oh boy! Dude.
Wow,
You
that's
gotta make that grab, dude. What did he?
What happened to him?
Oh, he fell. I don't know if he would have made it though.
He was going for it.
Yeah, but what? Yeah.
What do you mean? First, you're 1 out and you're 190 feet. Like that, like a fly ball gets them in. That
Yeah.
absolutely is important.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it's not important. I'm saying this. I don't know if he would have made it. Are they bringing the new pitcher? Yep. They're changing pitchers. This is the
Ohtani's not a switch hitter, is he?
no. This is the biggest moment of Ohtani's
Career.
This
Oh,
is his
yeah.
biggest
Of course.
at bat of his career. Yeah.
Well, until later in the series.
game 6 when he wins it. Yeah. Oh man, this is fun. Dude, I gotta tell you, I thought Bryce Harper swung hard. Ohtani swings out of his fucking shoes.
Yeah.
Like he swings out of his shoes.
Which is crazy because is he going to last long doing that? And he pitches? That's crazy.
So now
Ohtani might be the best player. Like, because Ruth only did it how many years? 2?
What, pitching and
Yeah.
hitting? I don't know.
I know.
Babe Ruth was a really good pitcher too.
Oh yeah. He also hit a hole in one in golf.
Did he really?
Yeah, that was in the I remember seeing that in the Hall of Fame.
Asshole. And he banged like 16 girls at once.
Is that documented?
Yes.
No, okay.
Yeah. It's somewhere. It's in it's in Pete Rose's diary.
Oh, all right. Well, that's believable.
Because they were never mind.
They were in two different eras. Rich was probably dead before like Rose made base or it was played in baseball.
Before Pete Rose made third base.
Made third base, yeah.
With his 16-year-old.
I hate this commercial.
With the Tom Brady ones. Yeah.
He's such a
Oh, they said,
look at the arrogant look on that prick's face.
Oh, they said you couldn't do it. Yeah, I'm ready. He's okay. He's an okay color commentator. He's all right.
He's not great.
He's way better than Mark Sanchez. Oh my God, Mark Sanchez was brutal to listen to last week. Brutal. He adds nothing at all.
Right.
He repeats the same thing that the asshole Chris Myers, by the way, is the worst play-by-play announcer in sports. And he's teamed with him. And then he only repeats what he says. I'm like, dude, you're like, you offered up. What did he say? It was 4th and 3. And he goes, oh, I'm surprised they're not doing a tush push.
Oh, for 4th and 3. Yeah, I remember that.
I'm like, what in the world are you talking about? And first and second, why do you look like the bad guy from Kindergarten Cop? With the ponytail? He literally looks like the bad guy from Kindergarten Cop. With that,
I never thought Mark Sanchez was like all that bright or like.
You can't find. Come on, just because he played the sport, you mean to tell me you can't find a better person out there?
Yeah.
To call an NFL game.
There's 8,000 quarterbacks I could.
So Babe Ruth played for 22 years, Mike. Dave, how many years did he pitch? I think.
First pitch.
He popped out. Oh my
catch.
God! What a catch!
Oh, he gets third base. See, you see what happened? He would have scored on that.
Yeah. Why did he get third base though?
Because he carried the ball. He caught the ball, but he carried it out of play. So that ball out of play means they automatically advance.
That's why he's tried to throw it out so quick? Oh, what a catch though!
Yep. Once he brought that ball out of play.
Oh man, he pitched for 6 years.
6.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. 5 years after being traded to the Yankees.
See? Wow. Second and third. Still, you got
that was a great catch, though, man.
Oh yeah.
That I mean, at full speed, like, but the fans trying to hit him, and he knew it too. He's like, damn. I mean, what are you gonna do? Not catch it?
No, he made the right play. Absolutely, the out's more important than the advancement.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, they didn't advance.
You sure?
First and second. Yeah, still first and second.
Why did he point to him like that?
Dead.
No, there's a man on third.
Yeah, there is a guy on third. What the hell are you talking about? The guy.
Why is there a man on first?
What the hell happened here?
What is going on?
What's with the graphics? Someone fill. We got the sound off here. Now they're showing bases loaded with 2 out.
But the second base is empty.
Yeah, what the hell are they doing here?
I don't get it. Because if the guy from second advances,
it should be second and third.
It should be second and third.
But the guy, the pinch runner, was just running the first base though.
Right.
So is it first and third? It's first and third.
But why?
No, now he's saying grand slam. So his bases are loaded? What the fuck?
Oh, no. Okay. It's second and third, and they just walk the guy.
Oh, they intentionally
walk the guy.
Oh, my God. He just hit a grand slam. Freddie Freeman hit a grand slam to win the game.
The guy to get to Freddie Freeman, and he hits a grand slam to win it?
My God.
Wow.
Oh, that is fantastic. Dude,
wow.
Dude,
I was like, we were still trying to figure out what would happen. And he gets a grand slam in the first pitch.
Is fantastic. Oh my God, what a finish. Dude, first pitch, dude. He killed
I'm
that.
still trying to figure out. Wow.
I know. We're sitting there like, what happened here? Sorry, because we have our sound down. Yeah, Peterson just hit it up. Yeah, Freddie Freeman, grand slam to right field. Unbelievable, dude.
That was a game for the ages.
And we're so far behind, too. Oh, my God. That's awesome. That crowd has to be going insane right now.
Dodgers wins to go.
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised they're not like piling
Dude, when he
over.
hit that, his arms just went up. Like that right there is gonna go.
I
in,
missed it. I missed like the first.
That's gonna go in. That's gonna go in baseball history. Look at this. That's gonna go in baseball history right there.
He knew it right away
and dropped the bat. He just dropped the bat. That is amazing.
Now, any other time, but in the World Series, that's a dick move. But in this situation, it's.
Dude, I gotta tell you, like, I gotta say, like, dude, Freddie Freeman, I like Freddie Freeman, man. I know he's played for the Braves and the Dodgers, which sucks.
Yes,
he's a really good guy.
He's a good player.
He's a good guy too.
Is he? I don't know.
Yeah, he's a really, really good guy. Like he's not like a douchebag. He's not like
fuck him.
He's a really good guy. Like no, I think even like drunk Phil's fans agree. Like when I talked to Chris about it, and he's like, "No, you're right." He's like, "It just sucks that he played." I'm like, "I hear you."
Well, so was Chipper Jones. You can't really say anything bad about
Chipper Jones. Was kind of a douchebag.
Was he?
He was kind of a douchebag. Yeah.
Right.
He was kind of a douche.
Freeman didn't start with the Braves though. He started with wasn't the Diamondbacks, was it?
I don't remember. I only remember him really starting with the Braves, to be honest with you. That's insane.
Or was it the Cardinals? Maybe it was the Cardinals. He might have started with the Cardinals after Pujols.
35 years old. Freeman.
Yeah, I mean he didn't start with the Braves.
Yeah, he did. He's been with the Braves his whole career.
Really?
Yep. He was drafted by the Braves. Played with the Braves since 2010. And he played with the Braves until 2022.
All right, well, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Nope. No, you don't.
I'm going fucking home.
All right.
Total coverage out.
That was awesome. That was a hell of a finish to that game. Good for, dude. I'm glad. I gotta be honest. Fuck the Yankees. I'd rather the Dodgers win. And an NL team that's not the Mets or the Braves. Like I don't care. If it was the Padres, I'd be rooting for the Padres. Like I don't care. Like
I'd be rooting for the Padres before the Dodgers.
I'd be rooting for anyone before the Yankees.
Well,
you know,
the Mets, Braves.
No, I said anyone not the NL East.
Oh,
no, if it's the NL East, I'd be rooting for the Yankees. Yeah. Brewers.
Well, yeah. I mean, Cardinals. I mean,
yeah.
I hate the I don't hate the Cardinals.
Even the Giants. Like I'd probably reluctantly root for them too. Like
I hate the Dodgers more than the Giants. Although the Giants won I don't know, man. Whatever.
That was pretty cool, man. I have no qualms with the Dodgers. They're baseball. Like they're
still LA.
They're the good version of the. I know. I knew they were going to show this. Kirk Gibson. I knew they were going to show that. Dude, I'm telling you, I had that feeling when he hit that home run. I thought of Kirk Gibson.
Yeah.
I literally thought of Kirk Gibson. Sure enough, there they go. And dude, you know what? The scary part is, oh my God, it's the same thing.
Yankees.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was the Yankees, but the thing is, when Kirk Gibson came up, they had an opportunity to walk him.
They didn't walk.
And they're like, and they said they're not going to walk you. They're not going to walk you. They're not going to walk you. And they ended up crushing a home run the right field, and that was the right field also, wasn't it?
Yeah, but they walked. Who did they walk to get to Freeman?
That's dude. That.
Well, whatever.
That's crazy, man. That's wild. Who do they want? They want Betts. The Walt
Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts is a good fucking
That
player
makes sense
too.
too.
Man.
Like, but why would you? I guess the righty on
That
righty.
fucking team, that lineup. Come on, Otani, Betts, and Freeman.
Yeah, and then Hernandez, Muncy,
No wonder they don't fucking miss Turner.
Kiko after him.
Muncy, yeah. That first four, like, no wonder they don't miss Turner.
Yeah, yeah.
Turner can't. Holy, Turner sucks compared to those four. But yet he made $300 million. We overpaid for him.
They're gonna regret that one.
Yeah. All right.
Let's
end this.
Thank you guys for watching Boner Coverage. Thank you guys for watching the show tonight. We appreciate it. It was
I don't
fun.
know why I still have my headphones on.
Yeah, I don't know. I still have mine on too.
Yeah.
I always leave mine. I don't know why. We have a good time, and we will see you guys next Friday. And hopefully the Eagles are 5-2 at that point, and hopefully the Flyers win some games in that same time span. That'd be nice. And the Sixers, maybe Embiid and Paul George are playing by then. We'll have a lot to talk about next week.
Yeah, that's true. I
Yep.
mean, that'll be interesting to see if they actually play or what.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, the Sixers are clearly going to start 0-3.
Oh, yeah, most likely.
But, I mean, they can't beat the Toronto without the fucking, like, there's no way that they're beating, I don't even know who they're fucking playing, but they ain't beating anybody.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
They're fucking, they're terrible.
All right. We'll see you guys next week, next Friday, late.